bitches.
At least use better language.
No. Anyways, how is everyone? We are here to do more of the SCP content farm shit. First SCP of the night is SCP-2057, aka You Are What You Eat. And they actually used the nickname in their video title, except they put an emoji of a chicken next to the title.
Oh, okay.
I guess they like cocks.
Right.
Yeah.
Bad girl. Bad.
You're right, sometimes I can be a bad girl. I'm sorry. Alright. We ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. I love reading SCPs with you, but I know what happens after.
Anyways. Item SCP-2057. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Outside of scheduled experiments, instances of SCP-2057 are to be stored in a standard large vacuum storage locker in Containment Area 27, at the temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Due to limited supply, experiment proposals need to be approved by at least 2 personnel with 2-1103 clearance and submitted by Dr. Applegate. Description: SCP-2057 is a set of 92 318 milliliter cans of condensed chicken noodle soup. All instances of 2057 have brightly colored labels bearing images of dancing vegetables, noodles, and cartoon chicken. Each label bears the script, Dr. Wintertainment's ultra-delicious chicken noodle soup for kids, trademark. The lid of each can is fitted with an easy open pull tab. Each can label has a set nutrition values, ingredients, and instructions. Nutrition facts. Serving size 1 can. Servings per container 1. Contents. Calories 95 calories. Test results consistent of 95 calories. Fat 3.17 grams, higher than label states at 4.23 grams. Carbohydrates 2.29 grams, consistent at 2.29 grams. Protein 13.48 grams, higher than label states at 15.25 grams. Vitamin W, trademark. Compound unknown to scientists at Foundation. Further research and testing required. Which is at 2 grams. Unknown compound consistent at 2 grams. Mother's Love, 10 grams. Not identifiable or measurable. Alright. Ingredients stated on the label. Ingredients. Ultra-delicious chicken stock, trademark. Enriched chicken egg noodles, finest cooked chicken breast, farm fresh carrots, crispy crunchy celery, sweet Vandalia onions, no paint thinner. Vidalia. No paint thinner. Fresh mountain spring water. Vitamin W, trademark. Contains less than 2% of the following ingredients: a pinch of salt, a smidgen of chicken fat, sprinkle of spice extracted from rare plants, a dash of high-quality unicorn tears.
I'd like to comment that on most, I know, Wondertainment, kind of skips normal, but he could have made it at least look a little more normal by describing what's in the chicken stock, which is what most cans do. But this is Wondertainment, so the fact that it was that normal is amazing.
Yeah. Instructions stated on label. Instructions for heating. Hey kids, feeling sicky, eggy, or downright yucky? Just pop open a can of Dr. Wonder Demon's delicious chicken noodle soup for kids. Trademark. Place contents on the can in a medium-sized soup pot. In a can of water, stir and heat. Watch as the fun begins. Eat hearty and you'll feel better and ready to play with Dr. Wonder Demon toys in no time.
Please don't, children. Don't do either.
Yeah. On the lower back of each label is a fine warning in fine print. Dr. Wonder Timon's ultra delicious chicken noodle soup for kids. Trademark. It's intended to be eaten while it is hot and make you feel better in no time at all. Do not consume after it has become cold. Do not reheat. By purchasing from Dr. Wonder Entertainment, you will agree not to hold Dr. Wonder Entertainment or any of Dr. Wonder Entertainment's affiliates accountable for injuries or damages incurred by your product. Thank you for purchasing from Dr. Wonder Entertainment.
I'd like to say it's a little suspicious they don't want you to eat it while cold.
Yeah. Open an instance of...
Like,
Oh,
oh,
sorry.
well, oh, that's fine. I was just thinking most kids like eat part of it when it's warm and part of it when it's cooled down. So that's
Oh
something
well.
to keep in mind.
Yeah. Opening an instance of 2057 reveals that it is filled with condensed chicken broth and an egg-shaped mass made of 57 grams of egg noodles. Upon adding water and heating to 70 degrees Celsius, the egg hatches, revealing a small juvenile domesticated chicken. Composed entirely of egg noodles, carrot, celery, onion, and cooked chicken breasts. Known from this point as 2057-1, as the broth continues to heat, the instance of 2057-1 will begin to move, vocalize, and chirps and consume the broth in which it is hatched. It will grow directly in proportion to the amount of broth consumed, reaching full size at 85 grams, resembling a small adult domesticated chicken. While the temperature is between 35 degrees Celsius and 70 degrees Celsius, -1 functions as if it's alive, behaving similarly to normal domesticated chickens. Oh, hold on. Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Anyways. When dissected, -1 is shown to be composed entirely of edible ingredients: bones constructed of celery and onion, muscles constructed of cooked chicken breast, feathers constructed of egg noodles, beak and legs constructed of carrots, and blood consistent with chicken broth. -1 will continue to move, vocalize, and cackles, and twitch as if it's being dissected or consumed. When the temperature of -1 falls below 35 degrees Celsius, the instance ceases movement, falling over into the remaining broth and quickly collapses into chicken noodle soup, typically ranging in temperature from 20 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius. Below 20 degrees Celsius, -1 becomes congealed and gelatinous. Test results at 35 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. When eaten at 35 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius, test subjects describe the taste of -1 to be excellent, delicious, and homey. Test subjects also report a feeling of physical well-being after consuming -1, despite showing apprehension at eating a live meal. 81% of subjects experienced psychological trauma associated with losing a beloved pet after consuming the instance. Test subjects suffered from illnesses such as influenza, measles, and common cold, reported immediate alleviation of their symptoms upon consuming instances of -1 at temperatures between 35 degrees Celsius and 70 degrees Celsius. Improvement included drop in high fever, relief from aches and pains, cessation of cough and congestion, and improved overall health. Strong aversion to poultry-based products reported in 87% of test subjects. Test results at 10 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius. Test subjects consuming -1 at temperatures between 10 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius reported the taste as bland, disgusting, and repulsive. 67% of test subjects reported severe cramping, chills, and diarrhea after consuming cooled -1. 62% of test subjects reported making involuntarily clucking sounds and aversion to poultry-based products. Test subjects suffering from illnesses such as influenza, measles, and common cold reported immediate complications of their symptoms upon consuming instances of -1 at temperatures between 10 degrees Celsius and 34 degrees Celsius. Complications included development of pin feathers among the forearms, excess loose skin growth on the crown of the head and under the chin, and an extreme change in gait when walking. 93% of the subjects experienced vivid hallucinations and sensations of being hung upside down by their ankles. Reheating test results. Test 234. Reheating SCP-2057-1 on October redacted. Subject D-45782. Procedure D-45782 is to reheat 2057-1 in a microwave on high for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Then to consume the reheated instance. He is instructed to report his experiences to the camera provided. Result: test time 0. D-45782 reheated the instance of -1 as instructed. During the 2.5 minutes, deep vocalizations were heard from the microwave. At 2 minutes 32 seconds, D-45782 observes that the instance in the bowl still looks gelatinous in texture, with a slight black burn areas near the edges. At 2 minutes 55 seconds, D-45872 takes 3 bites and comments about being cold in the middle and hot in the edges. The subject describes the taste as horrifying and spits the instance onto the floor. The subject refuses to continue consuming the instance. At 17 minutes 35 seconds, within 15 minutes of tasting the reheated instance of -1, D-45872 begins speaking angrily at the camera at a second time. The words interspersed with vocalizations similar to stress, clucks, and cackles. At 17 minutes 40 seconds, speech becomes increasingly incoherent. D-45872 begins scratching at his arms until they bleed. Loose skin is forming under the subject's neck and on top of the head. At 17 minutes 46 seconds, D-45872 lost all capability of speech. Large white pinned feathers cover both of the subject's arms. Smaller feathers become sprouting from the subject's face. At 18 minutes 2 seconds, deterioration of D-45872's mental state has progressed to attempted destruction of objects within the testing room. Subject has rapidly grown feathers covering 67% of his skin, with severe physical change to his facial area, having an elongated, hardened nasal area and lower jaw. The upper lip has receded completely into the nasal cavity. At 18 minutes 7 seconds, D-45872 expires. Analysis. Autopsy revealed D-45782's cause of death was due to extreme sudden physical. I don't know why I said psycho. Physical change of internal organs resulting in shock and cardiac arrest. 93% of such skin was covered in feathers. Physical changes in the face resulted in a beak-like alteration of the nose and mouth. Loose skin under the neck and on top of the head resemble a wattle and comb. Subject's lower legs are found to be covered in thick, scaly skin, with the toes of the subject's feet ending in small, rounded claws. The subject in instance of -1 were incinerated after testing and autopsy. Addendum: SCP-2057 was recovered during a raid on a Marshall Carter in Dark office in Redacted, New York. Along with 16 other items, it was found in a shipping crate with indications of having been recently delivered by the Federal Postal Service with an invalid return address. The shipping crate was estimated to hold 144 instances of 2057. 103 instances of 2057 were recovered from the scene. The location of the remaining 41 instances of 2057 is unknown, but under investigation after the discovery of a letter written to an associate employed at the Marshall Carter Dark office, tracing the letter to a physical address has proven unsuccessful to date. Dear Cyrus, Maria has told me of the unfortunate circumstances that has befallen your children. I had hoped to hear about the improvement of their conditions soon. As their godfather, I am extremely distressed to hear this. I've experienced a child suffering from measles myself. I know how terrifying it can be when it seems as if they're getting worse. Recently, we received a shipment of something that I hope can help your family. There is a crate in the storage area marked from Wondertainment discontinued item. It will not be here long, as it goes to auction next week. I'll leave a key under the photo of your family on your desk. Follow the instructions exactly. Do not, under any circumstances, do anything different than what is directed on the can. I'll show this message as soon as possible. I do not want any of this to come back on us. Be careful, my friend. Williams. And that's it.
That is a dark SCP.
Yep.
I knew it was suspicious as soon as I read the only eat when heated thing, because that's not realistic even slightly.
I just saw the thumbnail.
Oh no. Four.
Yep. Make sure to do the right person. I did. Shut up, video. They did.
Let me get some water very quick.
Okay. I'll look at porn on Twitter while you do that.
All right. Let's hope they at least change not that much.
Alright. Well, they do show Marshall Carter in Dark. You ready?
Fine. Yeah.
Alright. In 3, 2, 1.
The sign above the warehouse wouldn't mean anything to a casual observer. MCND. To those informed of the more nefarious side of the underground market, they knew well This was a Marshall, Carter, and Dark warehouse. That alone was enough to make most turn back. The two men, however, weren't the brightest or the most informed thieves on the dark web. Their client had appeared desperate and emotional, the best bargaining chip. They had squeezed out as much as they could from him. All that remained now was a little bit of breaking and entering. Nothing.
I just want to say one thing. You never want to steal from Marshall, Carter, and Dark.
Yeah.
Like, there are some SCPs who try getting away with stealing and were turned into SCP items and sold.
Yeah.
You don't want to fuck with them.
Right? I will gently say this. There will always be people as stupid as them.
Oh god, these guys again. Yep, these guys again, Karen.
There will always be people as stupid as these two.
Yep, and the Foundation has to clean up their mess.
Valid point.
They hadn't done dozens of times before. He slid the key into the shackle and heard the satisfying click of the lock
What?
releasing. They
That's not how
maneuvered the warehouse
lockpicking
doors
works.
open. It was dark, crates and containers stored everywhere. They were here for a specific crate, however, one with the label Wondertainment, discontinued item, printed on the side. They went from aisle to aisle, searching with their flashlights for the crate. The second man called out,
Over here.
Hey, shut up, will ya? Keep your voice down.
Yeah. Take a look at this.
They stood in front of the container.
Dr. Wondertainment. What kind of doctor you suppose that is?
Does it matter? Open it.
The man reached in and took one of the cans.
Dr. Wondertainment's ultralicious chicken noodle soup for kids.
And not
This some sort of
accurate,
joke.
but okay.
Who cares? There's
Yeah.
like 40 of these things. So grab them and let's get out of here.
Yeah, fine.
They took
They
the
made it look
cans
more like
and made their way
candles.
out.
Yep.
So what do you reckon all this is about?
Do I look like I care? Some guy said some hoopla about his sick kid and chicken soup.
He hired us to steal some chicken soup for a sick kid.
You know, these rich types.
Must be some strong soup.
Hey, don't get any bright ideas.
Come on. He ain't gonna notice one missing can. I'm hungry.
I said no.
Listen, I took an extra can. There'll still be 40 for him.
For real. Just for a can of soup.
Come on, you want some?
It's friggin' cold.
Suit yourself. Never
Well,
mind.
you still
Ugh,
get
this stuff is
leftover.
terrible. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Serves you right.
The man hurried off to the bathroom.
Hey, I don't feel so good.
Serves you right, you moron.
No, I mean, I really don't feel good. Something ain't right.
Well, you suck it up. We need to get these delivered.
Oh man, what the hell's happening to me?
Are they using this to skip the geek class?
Yep.
Hey, Doc.
Jen?
How's everything?
Fine. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. Okay, what happened? I can't remember anything after seeing that flattened guy.
You two? I am drawing a total blank. Did we get amnesticized?
Only one way to find out. Good afternoon, gentlemen. To what do I owe the honor of this visit?
This is gonna sound kind of weird, but did you amnesticize us?
Why do you ask? I can't remember anything. I mean, I forget plenty of stuff, but this feels more than usual. You two came upon an info hazard. We did? Indeed. But don't worry, it's being handled. I've instigated procedures for containment and redacted what needed to be. So, you did anesthetize us. Never mind that for now. Kripke here took care of what needed to be taken care of. Chen, I believe you'll be getting a call in a moment. Best you head off with Kripke. I need to have a little chat with Klaus here.
Follow me, sir. We've just had a tip-off. We have an MTF ready to raid a Marshall, Carter, and Dark warehouse.
Well, that's one way to make me feel better. The van rolled up outside the warehouse, but they were too late. Whatever had been here was long gone. Well, this was eventful. Someone must have tipped him off, or that tip was very stale.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's go have a look anyway. The warehouse had been hastily cleared out. Some containers and boxes were left behind. Get a team in here to catalog and contain whatever's left behind. But be careful. Just because they left it doesn't mean it isn't dangerous. As he walked through the warehouse, he came upon an open crate. Inside it were cans. He heard a rustle under his foot. Beneath it was a piece of paper. It appeared to be a note to a man named Cyrus, explaining how to enter the warehouse and to recover something called Dr. Wondertainment's Ultralicious Chicken Noodle Soup. Hey Kripke, have a look at this. He read the note.
You think this could be...
I need to have a little
God
chat
damn it.
with Klaus here.
Follow me, sir. We've just had a tip-off.
A glitch
we have
happened.
an MTF ready to raid a Marshall, Carter, and...
Cyrus, explaining how to enter the warehouse and to recover something called Dr. Wondertainment's Ultralicious Chicken Noodle Soup. Hey Kripke, have a look at this. He read the note.
You think this could be related to the tip-off?
Not sure, but I'll check it out. Let's get back to HQ.
Does it sound like more
isn't
fast
this a lovely
paced?
surprise? No
It
claws?
is.
Are you sure you want to speak to the big bad Pythia all by
Wait a minute,
yourself?
how-
I knew I was going
how
to regret
far
this.
Are you in the video? Oh, you're right. That's okay. It is more fast-paced. Going
Forget
faster than I expected too.
Yeah.
Don't pout. I'm just teasing. What do you have there?
Found this note in a warehouse we raided. Seems a bit sus. Can you have a look for me?
Ask nicely.
I thought I just did.
For your standards, I suppose you did. Bring it forth.
They were in a fancy apartment. A man sat in a chair, a tumbler in his hand. The shadows obscured his face. In front of him were two men. They appeared to be discussing a transaction of some sort. The man gestured to a picture on the table of a little girl and the same note Chen had found at the warehouse. He then put his hands to his face, as if crying. The two men looked at each other and grinned, then turned back to the man in the shadows. He slid a stack of cash across the table and shook the first man's hand. It appeared as if their business was completed.
Well, that was odd.
Thanks, Pythia. I need to talk to Klaus about a couple of guys. He left in a hurry, headed for Klaus.
What?
Hey, need your help.
What is it?
Did Kripke
Oh my
update
God,
you on the
robots.
warehouse raid?
Yep, sounds like a bust.
It was, but I just spoke to Pythia, and I think we might have a lead on some of the missing items. I need you to do a facial recognition search for me. If my gut is right, there's a couple career criminals that should be in the database.
Well, let's hop to it then.
What?
The database search had found matches for both men. On location at the first suspect's home, about to... What's that smell?
Rotting chicken?
Let's find out. DoorDash.
DoorDash. You know they need to actually like order that. They don't just show up with random food.
Yeah. Hello, we have your order of Sichuan takeaway.
Oh jeez. Could you like try a little harder?
Fine. How's this then?
That explains the smell.
Chen walked over to the body.
I thought his DoorDash thing was actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
If the person wasn't dead.
Morning, Doc. How's your dissection going?
It's an autopsy.
To be fair, it's kinda both.
True. Anyway, this is your guy, the thief. Well, was a thief. He's more of, the Kentucky Fried variety.
Chickenified.
If they were doing an
The soup?
autopsy or
The soup?
dissection, he wouldn't have
I mean,
clothes
it's
on
not much of
anymore.
a stretch when you have a
Yeah.
can of chicken soup from Dr. Wondertainment and a guy who's partially turned into a chicken.
100%. Hang on. But this soup was from the man in the shadows with the sick kid.
Yeah, And in the crate manifest, there are a total of 144 cans of soup. We recovered 103 from the warehouse and 1 can from Colonel Sanders over there. 40 are missing.
You don't think the buyer came and got his cans?
From what you said, he did seem willing to do anything to save his daughter.
What about the other thief?
An MTF went to his home last night. Empty. But we were able to break into Popeye here's phone. We have a GPS fix on a high-end apartment from a few days ago.
The man in the shadows? Cyrus?
That's my guess.
Well, what are we waiting for? You ready?
Go for it.
DoorDash.
Seriously?
Trust me, I've got a plan. Sir, DoorDash, we have your order from Los Pollos Hermanos.
Unbelievable.
Come on, that was funny.
Sir, police, please open up.
Chicken house.
Boss,
That actually sounds
look.
like a nice place to go to. If you like chicken. I bet that would have nice food. God damn you.
They enter the apartment.
I actually believe Los Pollos Hermanos actually closed.
Wait, that's an actual restaurant?
Yeah, it was an actual restaurant. As far as I'm aware,
Wait,
it
why do
was.
I think it said home? Hermanos doesn't mean home. The hell it... Sorry, my brain.
You're fine. Alright, we gotta go continue?
Yeah.
It was dim. Hello? No reply was forthcoming.
You guys go ahead.
The agents moved into the apartment, searching for anything. Doesn't seem like anyone's here.
This case just seems to get stranger and stranger.
Sir, we've got something.
Behind the bookshelf, a sliver
What?
of light came through. What is that? Chen pulled the bookshelf aside, revealing a hidden room. A table and some shelves stood inside. Klaus approached the table.
Do you see this?
A bag of pulsating meat was on the table.
Oh,
Is
god
that
damn
what I
it.
think it is?
Sure looks like it. Take a look at this.
Klaus handed him a picture.
My god!
The rebirther.
And so
This
many
is gonna
failed
get low
experiments.
ranked automatically, isn't it?
Along the way, cow and man. An interesting, but not very likely match. The time of man comes to a close. Soon enough. Oh yes, soon enough.
Oh my god.
SCP-2057. Object Class: Safe. 2057 is a set of 92 318mm cans of condensed chicken noodle soup. Opening an instance of 2057 reveals that it is filled with condensed chicken broth and an egg-shaped mass made of 57 grams of egg noodles. Upon adding water and heating to 70 degrees Celsius,
Huh?
I said, yeah, 1 egg mass per can.
Mm-hmm.
the egg hatches, revealing a small, juvenile domesticated chicken composed entirely of egg noodles, carrot, celery, onion, and chicken breast. Known from this point as SCP-2057-1. As the broth continues to heat, the instance of 2057-1 will begin to move, vocalize in chirps, and consume the broth in which it was hatched. When the temperature of 2057-1 falls below 35 degrees Celsius, the instance ceases movement, falling over into the remaining broth, and quickly collapses into chicken noodle soup, typically ranging in temperature from 20 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees. Below 20 degrees Celsius, 2057-1 becomes congealed and gelatinous. When eaten at 35 to 70 degrees Celsius, test subjects describe the taste of 2057-1 to be excellent, delicious, and homey. Test subjects suffering from
It wouldn't look
illnesses
that way
such
when
as
it's hot.
influenza, measles, and the
Yeah.
common cold report immediate alleviation of their symptoms. Test subjects consuming 2057-1 at temperatures between 10 to 34 degrees Celsius reported the taste as bland, disgusting, and repulsive. Test subjects suffering from illnesses such as influenza, measles, and the common cold reported immediate complications of their symptoms. Complications included development of pin feathers along the forearms, excess loose skin growth in the crown of the head and under the chin, and an extreme change in gait when walking. Consumption of reheated soup has been described as horrifying and inedible. Loss of coherency and deterioration of mental state resulting in death ensues. 93% of the subject's skin was covered in feathers. Physical changes in the face resulted in a beak-like alteration of the nose and mouth. Loose skin under the neck and on the top of the head resemble a wattle and comb. Outside of scheduled experiments, instances of 2057 are to be stored in a standard large volume storage container in containment area 27 at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. A good deal isn't always a good deal. If it seems too good to be true, be wary. It might be a great deal, but perhaps just not for you. As always, have a care and remember to subscribe, like,
I sort of fucked. The next one contains the rebirther.
I'm just gonna point out what we both already know. Eating it cold is different than eating it microwaved. Eating it microwaved makes you change faster, and that's why people die like that. Because it's changing you so fast. Also, they removed basically all the characters for.
Yeah. Added gore or violence.
For I don't know why they added so much violence.
Deviates from the plot of the article.
I think we both know what that number is.
Only made in a video / offensiveness.
There wasn't anything offensive, but I'd like to say this is the only video where Chen has been the most intelligent person. You can't deny that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think how smart saying DoorDash it is. And everyone was fucking insulting him for, you know what, put like 1 or 2 for that at least. What the fuck is wrong with them?
So
There's
what?
some weird bias against Chen where they thought that was super stupid, despite it being a very intelligent. Oh, 15%. Okay.
Yeah. So the next one is actually from the first generation.
801.
Yep. Let me get its nickname because I highly fucking doubt the nickname they gave is its nickname. Yep, the nickname it has is 7 Furs. The nickname they gave...
The last one.
Huh? What was that?
The last one, just so you know, like, in case you didn't know, I suggested 4 for the violence because they had added the rebirther guy who believed, like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, its actual, nickname is 7 Furs, but, they nicknamed it in their... Oh my god. They did put
Don't
what they...
tell me until after we read this, okay?
Okay, I won't... Trust me, you're not gonna like it. Anyways.
I'm sure I won't. That's why I want to enjoy this first.
Alright.
Let me have the chocolate before you throw the tar.
Gotcha.
I really just called Dr. Lucia the
Yes.
tar.
Anyways.
Okay.
Item. SCP-801. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. All iterations of SCP-801 are to be kept in a metal locker on Foundation grounds. Access to 801 for testing purposes is granted to any personnel level 2 and above. All articles of 801 should be dry cleaned after testing. No further containment procedures aside from standard security are required. Description: SCP-801 is a collection of 7 articles of fur clothing found inside a hunting lodge in Adirondack Mountains. Attempts to trace the owner of the lodge were unsuccessful, though locals insisted that they had seen lights and heard gunshots in the area until recently. Foundation personnel discovered no further evidence of recent occupation. SCP-801 includes 1 mink fur coat, 1 raccoon fur coat, 1 wolf fur coat, 1 squirrel fur coat, and 1 sable fur coat. Each coat is of full body length, includes a hood. Coats are lined with the same black silk, and none show any tag or washing instructions despite appearing to be machine assembled. Accompanying the coats are 1 pair of rabbit skin mittens and 1 pair of elk skin mittens. Gloves are lined in silk, shoes in leather. As with the coats, both appear machine assembled and bear no tags or marks of ownership. Foundation was called to the site after numerous reports of repeated anomalous animal attacks in the area. Animals were reported to be unusually close to human dwellings and to be abnormally aggressive considering the species involved. Likewise, behavior after captivity was not consistent with the norm. Data expunged. Personnel found 801 lying on the floor of the lodge along with numerous other sets of normal articles of clothing. Donating any article of 801 begins a rapid change in the wearer. Surgery begins by doubling over in pain as internal changes start. Described variously as excruciating burning and, like my redacted, organs are liquefying and redacted. Data expunged.
Oh.
Subjects soon, within 2 minutes, lose both coherent speech and ability to stand upright. Subjects' vocalizations begin to become less human and more animal as external changes become apparent according to which article of clothing is worn. Although subjects may manage to remove the clothing before the stage, no halt in the process takes place. Characteristic is the lengthening of the front of the face with a snout or muzzle, lengthening the arch of the foot and of the tailbone. 3 minutes into the transition, subject demonstrates signs of extreme pain and fatigue. At this stage, subject begins prodigious vomiting, apparently shedding excess mass and tissue unneeded for the new form. What mass cannot be expelled in this manner enters the advanced state of cellular deterioration and falls away from the main body. At minute 5, the subject reassembles its new form almost entirely. Extreme hair growth begins all over the body, apparently interfering with the subject's upper dermal layers, resulting in expelling much blood from the body along with the newly grown hair. Upon completion of transition, subject will be extremely fatigued but not docile, and care should be taken when caging or terminating test subjects. All subjects thus far have shown extreme relentless aggression and resistance to pain. When caged and lacking exterior target, subjects will bite and scratch themselves far past the point of bleeding. 1 raccoon transition D-class was found to have gnawed through the contents not through the contents of its own stomach, while other subject data expunged.
Mm.
It is recommended all subjects be terminated following testing and extermination. Addendum. Testing the codes on non-human species has yielded mixed results. Placing an ordinary animal inside a coat made from its own species, i.e. placing a raccoon inside 801-2, or placing the same subject in the same coat twice has no effect. However, when placing ordinary animals or sedated transition subjects, subject transition or sedated subjects inside a coat made inside a coat made from a different animal results in subject transitioning normally for the first 3 minutes before aborting. Resultant subjects are often missing fur or limbs, or otherwise have limbs partially transitioned. In addition, one mass purge has started. Subjects may have organs redacted and are unable to support life functions. Most subjects do not live through this process. Addendum 2. According to transition from a subject wearing multiple articles such as 801 and 801-6 or 801-7 functions similarly to putting one species inside a non-consentant coat. However, in this case, their transition stops earlier, leaving the subject at least partially conscious. With the partial transition limbs, it is recommended that they be terminated immediately. No attempt at communication should be made. Alright. So that was that SCP.
That's pretty dark. I think we know what happened to the hunters.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh no, Chewy's gonna hate this.
But what is it? That's
Yeah, by the way, I want to. Now I can say its an actual nickname again, which is Seven Furs. Both nicknames they use is Only Furs and Seven Furries.
also, doesn't that look a lot like an adult version of the pink magical girl?
Maybe.
I don't like this for multiple reasons.
Alright, we
I
ready?
think it's safe to mark that as a 4.
Alright. Got to do that. Yeah.
Fucking clickbait.
Ready now?
Yeah.
Adele, you'll never guess what I saw today out past the ridge. Adele?
He looked around the room, trying to spot his wife.
You home?
His ears heard a faint sound from the top of the stairs.
Adele?
They had decided to spend the long weekend at the hunting lodge in the Adirondack Mountains. It had been their go-to spot in earlier days, but as of late, they just hadn't had the time to make the drive.
Babe, is that you?
He saw something moving at the top of the stairs, but couldn't make out what it was.
I saw a fox out by the old path. Almost had it, too. Something spooked it, though. Adele? Come down. Stop being so creepy.
The figure in the shadows stepped forward, its teeth sharp and gleaming.
Is that a costume? Some sort of cosplay? Cut it out, Adele. This isn't funny.
The creature continued moving towards him,
I'm
slowly
gonna comment it
walking
would
down
take
the
longer
staircase.
than that, and they wouldn't
The ma-
look like that.
Mm-hmm. Did you just see a furry? Yes.
Man stepped back until he reached the door.
Whatever you are, just stop right there.
He raised the shotgun and pointed it at the creature. It stopped and stared at him intently, breathing heavily. It crouched low to the ground.
Don't do it. I'm warning. Don't you do it.
It tilted its head, a look of confusion.
Adele, it's me, babe.
Hello? Chen? Marissa? Anyone around? Perfect! Just the way I...
Download free now.
Why are we out here again?
You could tell that was coming.
Yeah.
Lost. Sorry, mind was off somewhere again.
What's up with you lately? You've been acting really strange since that talk with Lucius.
What? It's...
Alright, OBS. Quit fucking around. You piece of shit. Alright. Now we can do this again.
I'm just gonna comment.
Hmm?
Did I misunderstand the article? Because it sounded like they turned into the literal animals. Not furry versions of the animals.
Let's see.
Like, sounded like after rapid changes to that made them look more like the animal, they started throwing up all the mass they didn't need anymore.
Yeah, shedding excess mass and tissue unneeded for new form.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're not normal raccoons or squirrels or anything, but they're basically raccoons and squirrels and other things. Okay, I didn't misread it. Okay.
Well, hello there. Alright, I'm gonna stop staring at them. Alright, guess we'll go back to playing it.
Yep.
Chen, sheesh!
You boys from the SPC?
Close enough. Yes, we are.
What is this SPC thing anyway?
Oh, just a government agency. We work with Fish and Wildlife. You know, another department.
Okay, if you say so. Well, there's the body. It's a bit of a mess, but you can see the bite mark on the arm?
Oh yeah, that's a big one, eh? Bear?
Yeah, squirrel. That's a squirrel bite. Thought you were Fish and Wildlife.
Oh, he's new. My, cousins, brothers, daughter's kid. You know how it is, just doing a favor.
Right. Anyway, that's a
What do you mean?
Discord started cutting off a bit.
Come back to here.
It's a squirrel bite.
Fucking
Thought you were
internet.
Fish and Wildlife.
Well, not internet.
Oh,
I don't know
he's
what
new.
it is.
My,
Discord.
cousins, brothers, daughter's kid. You know how it is, just doing a favor.
Right. Anyway, that's a squirrel bite. A big squirrel bite. I've never seen a squirrel that can do that.
So what? It's like a Olympic squirrel? He's jacked up?
Jacked up? This would be an 8-foot tall squirrel, buddy.
That's some squirrel.
Darn right. bite your head off.
Where was it last spotted?
Follow me. You see that tree line over there?
Uh-huh.
It's not a sure thing, but it's been spotted a few times there.
All right. Appreciate the information, Sheriff.
You need anything else from my department?
No, you've been very helpful. My agent here will handle the rest.
You sure you don't want some, man? Not so sure that agent of yours even knows what a squirrel is.
I appreciate the offer, but we'll manage.
All right, then. Best of luck.
The hours passed by slowly. It was almost 3 a.m. now, and they hadn't seen much of anything. Doesn't know what a squirrel is. I'll show him what a squirrel is.
Relax. Just keep your eyes peeled for your squirrel yeti.
Just for the record, I love squirrels. They're cute, they're furry, they're...
Quiet! Look over there.
In the distance, something was moving in the tree line. That's not a squirrel. It's walking on 2 legs.
He said squirrel. You said yeti.
Oh, yeah. I got this. Chen lined up the tranquilizer gun, waiting for a shot as it moved between the trees. It stepped out of the shadows, taking the shot. The dart soared through the air, hitting the creature. It dropped to the ground.
Looks like you were both right.
What?
That's a squirrel and a yeti.
That is a furry.
Thank you.
So what did you find?
Seems you were pretty much spot on.
About?
It's a furry.
It is?
Well, yes, quite literally. It's some sort of hybrid human squirrel.
I don't even want to know how that happened.
Jeez, no, not like that. It's obviously not natural.
Oh, right.
Anyway,
my God, they're gonna make
besides the
furries
DNA, I'm not
sound
seeing
evil.
much else to explain how this happened.
Pythia?
Pythia.
Is that why they made these modifications?
Well, if it isn't my 2 favorite boys.
If it isn't
Yes.
my favorite, whatever you are.
Nice. Very nice, Jen. Hope that didn't hurt your head.
I'll show you a hurt head.
Could you please have a look at this? It's a sample of fur we took from a recent SCP. Some kind of furry.
All right. But if this is another Easter Bunny skip, we're going to be having words.
They were in the lodge. The woman opened the wardrobe. Inside was typical clothing to be expected for the weather and location. Some gowns, jackets, and pants. Among them were a number of full body-length furs with hoods. The lady moved them around, clearly impressed with what she was seeing. She took one of the furs out and studied it. This would be a nice fit. She slipped it on and looked at herself in the mirror. Very elegant. Almost immediately, something
That
felt
whole
wrong.
story makes
She felt a
no sense.
burning.
Want to know why? In the beginning of the story, they supposedly said this is a place that they've owned for years.
Yeah.
So why would the furs suddenly magically pop in there overnight? That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
And ripping sensation tearing through her body. The fur, it was doing something to her. The pain was too much. She blacked out. Its eyes slowly opened. Confusion and pain seared through its body. It reached a hand up to grab the wardrobe door. What was this? The creature had a vague memory of itself, but it was slipping away. As each moment passed, it became more monster and less human. Within minutes, it would be completely feral. It pulled itself up, looking at its new form in the mirror. In the distance, a door slammed shut.
It's the fur jackets. The wife found them in the lodge and it turned her into that squirrel abomination.
Called it. Furry.
Check the inventory. Those jackets should be locked up on site waiting for sorting.
Okay, you two hang tight. Give me 10 minutes. The latest fashions from furry tailors. I present you the fall season lineup.
How many do you have there?
Looks like 3?
Okay, plus the one which is the squirrel wife now. That matches what we just saw. Pythia, can you try to take a look at one of these? There
There's
might
7.
be some clues as to where they came from.
7.
Of course. Let's have a look, shall we?
They were in the lodge once again. Someone was placing the fur coats into the wardrobe, his hands long and thin.
Do you see that? There was a 5th fur jacket that wasn't there when the wife opened the wardrobe.
The man closed the wardrobe doors. Behind him, someone sat, smoking a cigar. He turned around.
All done, sir. This
Oh my God.
should make quite an interesting experiment.
Was that who I think it was?
The master, Cyrus. We need to get back
Oh
to
my
the lodge
God.
and find that jacket before someone else does. Thank you, Pythia.
Good luck.
All right, you search the 2nd floor, and I'll search the 1st.
Roger that. As they opened the door, they were shocked to see a figure at the top of the stairs. Hey, who are you? What are you doing in here? The figure walked out of the shadows. Oh, damn. Too late. Looks like someone found the jacket already. Chen pulled out the dart gun.
Now, no need for that.
You can speak?
What?
Why wouldn't I?
The fur jacket, you should be feral, more beast than man.
Ah, so it was you that stole our little experiment. Quite naughty. Alas, we've learned a lot in such a short period of time. Such a waste. That poor creature.
You're wearing the wolf fur.
Yes, and as you can see, we have much more control over the transformation now.
We? Who do you work for?
Oh, I think you know by now.
Cyrus. Where is he?
You've learned far too much already.
Chen raised his gun at the creature as it sprinted to the window. The shot rang out as he crashed through the glass. Damn it! They rushed outside, but there was nothing there but footprints going off into the forest. Missed.
Professor, we've just had another run-in with Cyrus. The fur jackets came from him.
Not quite. I know those fur jackets. They were locked up for a long time in the Foundation, but went missing years ago. We never did find out who made them, but I expect Cyrus merely stole them. Perhaps improved.
I don't know.
All they have to do to make more coats is literally copy, paste
Upon
it,
whatever
and slightly
animates
alter
them.
the color.
You and Chen come back. There's nothing else to be done there for now. And you don't know if there are more of them in those hills. We can't afford to
Polo,
lose
hi
either
you.
of you.
What the fuck?
SCP-801. Object Class, Euclid. SCP-801 is a collection of 7 articles of fur clothing found inside a hunting lodge in the Adirondack Mountains. Attempts to trace the owner of the lodge were unsuccessful, though locals insisted that they had seen lights and heard gunshots in the area until recently. Foundation personnel discovered no further evidence of recent occupation. 801 includes a mink fur coat, a raccoon fur coat, a wolf fur coat, a squirrel fur coat, and a sable fur coat. Each coat is of full body length and includes a hood. Coats are lined with the same black silk, and none show any tag or washing instructions despite appearing to be machine assembled. Accompanying the coats are a pair of rabbit skin mittens and a pair of elk skin shoes. Donning any article of 801 begins a rapid change in the wearer. Subject begins by doubling over in pain as internal changes start, described variously as excruciating and burning. Within 2 minutes, subjects lose both coherent speech and the ability to stand upright. Although subjects may manage to remove the clothing before this stage, no halt in the process takes place. 3 minutes into the transition, subject demonstrates signs of extreme pain and fatigue. At this stage, subject begins shedding excess mass and tissue unneeded for the new form. At minute 5, the subject resembles its new form almost entirely. Extreme hair growth begins over the body, apparently interfering with the subject's upper dermal layers and resulting in expelling much blood from the body along with the newly grown hair. Upon completion of transition, subject will be extremely fatigued, but not docile, and care should be taken when caging or terminating test subjects. All iterations of 801 are to be kept in a metal locker on Foundation grounds. Don't accept gifts from strangers. Take the saying to heart and remember, it also applies to finding strange objects. You never know if it was lost or left just for you. As always, have a care and remember to
Oh my
subscribe,
God.
like, and share.
Well, I do love the idea of it being like making furries. That's not what that SCP is.
No.
Plus, I feel like the very SCP itself was removed from its own video, as they didn't even include two of the articles of clothing until the very end. I feel like that's a 4.
Yeah. Alright, added gore or violence.
I think that's like a 2 or a 3. What do you think?
That's 3. If everyone with the soda were turned into them, including me, I wouldn't last a day.
Aren't there some people who have like hundreds of personas? Although I only have one, I'd turn into a fucking snake. Sea snake.
I just realized I have one where it's me fused with the most dangerous kaiju ever created. I think that would be a mistake.
That's okay, you'd still also be a person. You won't destroy the world, but you will probably destroy anyone who tries to take your pimple.
I thought something else entirely when you said that, Jerry.
I don't want to know. Unless it's something PG, I don't want to know.
It's not. Anyways.
Is it PG?
No.
Okay.
Anyway,
Deviates from the plot.
Yeah.
I think 4.
Yeah. As for why it is, use your imagination.
I mean, I love the idea of people becoming furries, but that's not what the SCP is.
Yeah. Only men in the video / offensiveness.
Yes. I'm sorry, it's a 4.
Yeah.
They literally suggested that the coats would only be worn by women. I'm sorry. Men and women alike would be drawn to fur coats. Woman,
Oh. This next SCP is dead. Do you want to try reading it?
Alright.
Like, you don't have to. I just like to ask you it.
Oh, I'd love to read it.
Alright. The next SCP is known as Granny Rattail, a neutralized SCP, but they called it in their video the Mother of Vermin. What?
Granny Rattail sounds a lot better. Sounds like one of those old mythological figures you'd read in folklore.
Yeah, hold on, Jerry. Let me get it free so you don't have to watch my stream in order to do it. Yeah, there you go.
No, I already have it.
Oh, you do? Oh, never mind. Ignore my DM.
I also really love the art that comes with it. Whoever did that did a good job.
Hold on.
I like the eyeball at the bottom of her rat tail.
Oh, there's even more art at the bottom. There's more art at the bottom.
Very nice. I'll get to it after I scroll down more. Until then.
Alright.
Who's ready for the rat granny, everyone?
Yeah. I am.
Item SCP-6097. Object class neutralized. I'm kind of sad about that. Special containment procedure. SCP-6097 remains are presently preserved on Site-44's Biological Anomalies Unit for further study, while SCP-6097-1 is kept in standard item storage in the standard item storage locker. Sorry. All literary documents containing information on SCP-6097 and the Brownsboro incident have been confiscated by the American Secure Containment Initiative. Oh, fuck you! I'd like to read about the Rat Granny. Sorry, and have since been archived to the wider Foundation database. Description: SCP-6097 was an anomalous humanoid active in North America during the early 18th century. While 6097 predates establishment of modern Foundation, its existence is known through the biological and artifactual remains since taken into custody. However, all information regarding 6097's appearance, behavior, and circumstance of its death is derived entirely from surviving historical documentation. Okay, they did not kill the granny. That's nice to know at least. But it's also sad. 6097 was described by witnesses as physically reminiscent of an elderly human female, dressed in tattered clothing with fine silver hair covering much of the face and torso. Its most distinctive feature was that of a long prehensile tail attached to the base of the spine, usually likened to that of a common rat with a large lidless eyeball protruding from the tip. Very awesome. 6097 possessed a large spoon designated as 6097-1, probably the one she's writing the picture, that's cool, comprised of an unknown metal alloy, served as its primary means of transportation. Reputedly, whilst 6097 was sat atop the item's handle, -1 became airborne and capable of maneuvered flight at significant speeds. To be fair, significant speed back then is different from modern significant speed, so that could mean a lot of numbers. Periodically, during the early hours of the morning, 6097 descended upon the various settlements throughout the New England region. Geographical territory, which is a geographical territory encompassing what is now known, which is the geological territory encompassing what are now the U.S. states of Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Sorry, sometimes my words eat themselves. On arrival, maybe I should take a cough drop.
Yeah. Also, you're not the first person I've heard mispronounce Massachusetts.
That's not comforting.
I'm sorry. Plus, I've heard someone call New Hampshire New Hampshire before.
Not comforting.
I'm sorry.
On arrival, 6097 consistently made landing on the rooftops of small civilian homes before extending its tail down the opening of the nearest chimney. And how do I pronounce that? Ancillary?
Ancillary or something like that?
I'm looking up pronounce that. Ancillary? Ancillary. Should its ancillary eyesight Should its ancillary eyesight an unintended child below the age of 12 months? I feel like that line accidentally makes no sense. Oh, should its ancillary eyesight an unintended child? Okay, so if the tail eye spots a child below the age of 12 months. SCP-6097 would proceed to wrap its tail firmly around the infant's face, causing death by suffocation. The remains were then carried back up the chimney flue and deposited on the dish of SCP-97-1 prior to departure. I'm not really surprised with all the mythological figures or folklore figures that used to eat children.
So this thing likes infanticide.
Yeah, you know what? It's not human. We probably have eaten their children. I guess they eat our children, or did. She's dead.
Yeah.
Forensic evidence suggests that between appearances, SCP-6097 resided in a small wooden cottage located near the Blank Forest in Maryland, where the charred and partially consumed remains of over a dozen newborns were excavated, all dating between 1729 and 1734. She didn't eat children for very long, did she?
No.
Capture. The spate of child abductions throughout the period provoked widespread panic across the New England region. All sightings of a creature matching 6097's description further felled rumors of supernatural activity. In the town of Brownsboro, a former settlement in Blair County, Massachusetts, local carpenter James T. Walker and his wife Abigail devised a plan to entrap SCP-6097. Mrs. Walker, then in her second trimester of pregnancy, constructed a makeshift doll from cloth and a straw. This figure was adorned with a small silver bell before being left in a cradle next to the fireplace. Several weeks later, shortly after 0300 hours, Miss Walker to the bell's chime being sounded by SCP-6097's distended tail, which was found slowly enveloping the decoy's head. Following a brief struggle, Walker seized the entity's tail, which he successfully nailed to his home's wooden floorboards, thereby preventing its escape. Shortly afterwards, two members of law enforcement retrieved 6097 from Walker's room, where the base of its tail was now noted to display prominent tooth marks, probably trying to bite off the tail to get away, which is valid. 6097-1 was confiscated with its dish found to contain the corpse of an unidentified newborn, along with traces of quantities of sand. The purposes of this remain unknown. It is speculated that SCP-6097 may have utilized dry sand as a means of extinguishing lit fireplaces prior to entry. That would actually make sense. That's smart. 6097 itself was transported to a holding cell where it remained for 4 to 6 hours before being sentenced and executed for witchcraft and infanticide. There are people who still eat rats, so once again, I'm not upset over a rat woman eating babies. Humans eat rats. I'm not sure why they'd be surprised if the rats eat back. Neutralization. Multiple attempts were made to terminate 6097. The entity was first bound with rope before being thrown into a small lake situated outside the courtyard. Really hard to drown rats. This resulted in the temperature of the water therein rising drastically, eventually reaching boiling point. Despite being submerged for no less than 15 minutes, 6097 displayed only minor scalding and was otherwise Okay. For a second attempt, 6097 was tied to a wooden stake, which was then set alight. The resulting flame was described as glowing brilliantly with an unrecognized color, inducing nausea and severe migraines on onlookers. While 6097 emitted a series of high-pitched squeals indicating severe distress, now exhibited third-degree burns across much of its body, it nonetheless survived this attempt. She's a very hard woman to kill. With the Brownsboro populace growing increasingly frantic, 6097 was ultimately beheaded using an axe, whereupon its body began to degrade in an anomalously rapid rate. Whether or not 6097 survived this attempt remains unclear, with multiple witnesses attesting that the subject's eyes continued to blink and wander long after decapitation. The result was nonetheless considered satisfactory, and 6097 remains were disposed of separately. The subject's bones were sealed in the bottom of a disused well, while -1 was thrown in the edge of nearby Blair's Gorge. As there was no known means of destroying SCP-6097's head, it was instead locked in a wooden crate and buried at an undisclosed location outside the town border. Sorry.
Alright.
Aftermath. Between 1736 and 1737, an abnormally high number of miscarriages and stillbirths occurred in Brownsboro, with over 50 residents dying during childbirth. In a small number of cases, these possessed one or more anomalous birth defects, among the most common being a lack of cranium and possession of a thin rodent-like tail. Throughout the period, the brown rat population of Blair County increased significantly, with existing pairs found to produce litters up to 30 offspring. New specimens were observed to grow up to 3 times their usual size and behave in an unusually aggressive manner towards humans, leading to the spread of virulent diseases in surrounding communities. As a result of these conditions, the town was abandoned in 1738. Fair enough. Over the ensuing decades, precursor groups such as the American Care Containment Initiative worked to suppress knowledge of the Brownsboro incident, confiscating all relevant journals, newspaper, and court records. Both 6097's bone and -1 were retrieved and transported to the Fort Newton Containment Facility, since redesignated Site 44. Despite these efforts, the Foundation Department of Mythology and Folklorists report that legends and archetypal accounts of 6097, known variously as Bay Devil, Beast of Brownsboro, and Granny Rattail, have persisted to the present day. This is not considered to be a threat to normalcy, the incident having been dismissed by the mainstream scientific community as a case of mass hysteria. Efforts to recover the chest containing 6097's severed head remains ongoing.
Damn.
That's a tough rat.
Thumbnail time!
Oh no.
Oh yay, it's Jerry's favorite thumbnail to use the same woman again.
Did they make an old woman look sexy?
Tits sell.
I have to go poop. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'll try to poop fast.
Okay. Alright, well, Jury's gone. Now we all guess how big her tits are. Are the only one in chat? I say her tits are C cups. And now he sits in silence. Alright, I'll be right back. And I am back.
I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome back. Now we look at the horny thumbnail.
Yeah.
What do you think about the horny thumbnail?
I think it's a 4 for clickbait and a 4 for sexy. Because let's be honest, they turned an old woman into a sexy lady.
Yeah. Alright.
It
Oh
slithered
shit.
down the
No,
chimney.
no, fuck off. I need to check to see if it. Oh, right, it doesn't have a
That's fine.
license, so. Hopefully that's correct. Everyone ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. Let's watch them sexualize an old woman that eats babies.
It slithered down the chimney, the bulbous eye on the tip, looking around the room. Halloween was fast approaching, and the macabre decorations had already gone up. The eye descended further into the room, searching for something. It stopped and stared for a
Well, now
moment.
it does.
The prey it sought was in the corner, sleeping soundly in a bassinet. Down and down, the tail came through the chimney, making its way to the sleeping baby. It curled around the baby's mouth and nose, silently suffocating it. The tail picked up the baby and started to bring it back towards the mouth of the chimney. It stopped and turned its gaze to where the sound had come from. A woman stood in the doorway, a look of pure terror upon her face. The tail quickly whipped back up the chimney from where it had come. She rushed forwards to the fireplace, looking up the flue, but could see nothing. Her husband came running into the room.
Where'd it go?
She gestured towards the chimney as the man ran outside the house. The silhouettes upon the roof sent a cold shiver down his spine. It was a sight he would never forget. It peered back down at him before flying off into the moonlight.
They changed the spoon into a broom!
Hello?
Dr. Kloss,
Yes, who is this?
It's still there.
waiting, never sleeping.
Who is this? What are you talking about?
Come back to Burkittsville. The children call out. The witch hearkens. Disappearances dating back to the 1700s. Strange sightings deep in the forest.
Sorry,
Ever
1700s,
wanted to
not
solve a
1800s.
mystery?
That's wrong.
Find a murderer.
Delve deep into the mysteries of the occult, or the mind of a murderer.
More than a murder mystery, Hunt a Killer puts you into the crime scene with original stories, authentic key items, and puzzles to solve.
During the Halloween promotion, get huge discounts on some of the best Hunt a Killer games.
It is the season of witches.
Quite some.
Wouldn't it
May
be
I just
great
comment
if
that
Salem,
I feel
Massachusetts?
Like the ad happening right after infanticide is very in poor taste. Unless you disagree. I mean, I would still think that if you disagreed, but
Yeah, also, I love how it says warning area under observation for like SCP stuff. One of the object classes that you can click off of is neutralized.
Witches? It's almost Halloween. Wouldn't it be great if it were witches?
Quite some imagination you have there, Chen. No, not Salem, and no on the witch thing too, though there are certainly some unmistakable similarities.
So, what is it then?
Well, the
Oh my
victims
God.
reported a long rat-like tail with an eyeball on it coming down their chimney and stealing their kid.
A rat tail. With an eyeball.
Yep.
I don't like rats.
I never said it was a rat. They caught sight of it as it made off on, get this, a flying spoon.
A rat on a flying spoon?
wait,
Funny
but it
dog.
looked like
Almost
a
had it.
broom in the video clip.
Yeah.
Now they're changing.
Yep. Don't you know they have to be inconsistent?
At me.
It wasn't a rat, but what appeared to be.
Should we mark them as being accurate or inaccurate when it comes to the spoon? Because they definitely made it into a broom at the beginning. We both saw that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do we mark that as accurate or inaccurate?
That's inaccurate?
Okay.
Old lady.
Grandma Rat Spoon. That's it. I'm done with you.
Chen! Chen! Grandma Rat Spoon. Kind of catchy.
He turned back to his computer and continued his search. What Chen had said stuck with him as he typed in the search phrase, Grandma Rat Tail Spoon.
Well done, Chen. Well done.
This better not be about your Granny Rat Spoon again.
Grandma Rat Spoon, and yes, it is.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Look at this, will ya?
Klaus pointed down at the huge silver spoon on the floor. Is that a rat spoon?
Yep. This skip was captured a few centuries ago and decapitated. We've had the spoon and the remains of her body in storage since the 1700s.
If that's the case, how is she flying around still? A copycat? Ratsurrection? You see what I did there?
Amazing. Your humor never ceases to amaze me.
And me. Jesus would be rolling in his grave.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What's in the box?
Bodily remains. Not much, but some dust and bones at this point.
So, what's the point of talking to Her Majesty then?
Glad to see you're finally giving me the respect I deserve.
I'd like to get a first-hand experience of what this grandma was about. Hence the spoon and Pythia.
Fantastic. Let's get this over with. They were in an old-fashioned farmhouse. It appeared to be late at night. The fireplace had a few smoldering logs left in it. A man sat at the table, head down, passed out drunk. Nearby the fireplace sat a cradle with a baby asleep. A long rat tail slipped down the fireplace, its huge eye searching the room. It saw the man, deep asleep, and slowly creeped towards him. Once it was certain he was asleep, it turned its attention to the baby. It would make a fine meal indeed. The eyeball suddenly winced and looked back in pain. The man wasn't asleep at all. It tried to escape back up the chimney, but found it couldn't. He looked at the eyeball and yelled out,
"Not again, you foul creature!"
as he hammered another nail into the tail. She pulled and pulled, but it was no use. The bite...
She doesn't look that old.
No, she doesn't.
Also, Smash.
She looks like a rat woman, not a rat granny.
I'm glad you talked over what I said.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said also Smash.
Right! Don't say Smash to the weird porn version of rat granny.
Well, she looks cute, okay? I can fix her. I can fix this fantasized woman.
Well, if you were really going to woo the SCP, she wouldn't look like that. She'd look a lot older. Are you into older women, Bright?
Maybe.
You know, then in that case, sure, smash the child eater. Just know she has a lot of rat children.
I can fix her.
Well, I could believe you getting her to stop eating babies, but she would still have all those rat children.
Marks at the base of the tail, evidence she had tried to bite her own tail off. In the bowl of her spoon laid another baby. It was too late now. They had her. The man approached and threw the heavy sack over her head. They tried different ways to rid themselves of her, but so far, nothing had worked. They bound her and threw her into the river, but instead of drowning, The water boiled, and despite no air, she continued to live. Next, they attempted to burn her at the stake. The flames grew and flickered in varied colors, but the only result was that of nausea and migraines for the people standing near. When they took her from the stake, her body was severely burnt, but yet she lived on. The final attempt, however, had seemed to work. The executioner brought the heavy iron axe down upon her neck, severing her head. The body quickly decomposed into bones and dust, but yet the head lived on. It was then that they decided to seal the head in a chest and hide it where no one would come upon it ever again. Isn't this a little like finding a needle in a haystack?
A little, but we know from the records where these events were happening. That's a start.
Now all we need is the Pied Piper to track down that head.
Well, we're gonna have to be the rat catchers this time around.
The helicopter set down nearby the old farmhouse. It appeared little had changed in the few hundred years that had passed.
We need a baby to
This
catch
is
a
the
baby
same
eater.
house. Let's look around and see if anything comes up.
I've got a better idea, Doc.
And what might
I
that
know
be?
you're one of the
Well,
couples, but you
instead
don't have
of
a
being
kid.
the Pied Piper, let's let them be the Pied Pipers.
What in the world are you talking about?
Take a look. Chen pointed to the ground in the distance. A few rats were scurrying off into the forest.
Let the rats lead the humans. Good idea.
They followed the rats into the forest. About half a kilometer in, they came
don't
upon
think
a
that would
dead,
actually work.
gnarled tree. How's that for a stereotype? Bet you $50 we'll find the head at the base of the tree.
This is Blair Witch. I recognize that tree from the game. This is the Blair Witch tree.
But let's keep going.
Tree.
Though I'm tempted to let you do that and make $50, it's not buried.
How do you know?
Look up a little higher.
In the middle of the tree, blended into its trunk, was a chest. You ready for this?
Go for it.
Man, I hate rats. Not that fond of grannies either, actually.
Would you just open it already?
Empty. There was nothing inside but a slip of paper.
Open it. Pass me the coffee.
What makes you so
Again,
sure
with
Grandma Ratsky's
fucking
gonna turn up here
Cyrus?
again?
It's about as good a spot as any. Anyway, we have agents all over the area, and we're monitoring the police frequencies. If she shows up, we'll get her.
On it. We'll get the chopper. Reported sighting 15 kilometers from here, heading northbound at speed.
Let's get on it.
They circled the reported sighting area, but nothing was apparent yet.
You sure this is the area?
We've moved a little further in the direction she was heading. But yeah, this should be it.
All right, let's keep searching for another 20 minutes, then call it off.
Roger. Wait, what's that? Chen looked through the sniper rifle's sights. There, on that rooftop. Drop down. As they descended, she suddenly flew up and into the skies. Get on her! Don't let her get away! The helicopter increased speed and closed in on her. Bring me alongside. Chen took aim. Yuck. That is one nasty rat. He fired the rifle. She fell from the spoon and went crashing down into the trees. Direct hit. Circle back and find a nearby place to land. He rushed through the trees, heading to where she had crashed into the ground. Chen stopped above the body, looking down.
What is it? Did you get her?
See for yourself.
Explain this to me. You shot her down, but the body and spoon were all you found?
Well, just the spoon now. The body decayed into dust and bones before we could even get it back to the Foundation.
Is it possible that our sharpshooter here blew her head right off?
I know that's supposed to be an insult, but I take it as a compliment.
The neck wound doesn't appear that way. It looks severed, cleanly. But that's why we need you to clarify.
All right, let's take another look.
They were in the forest. The rat woman laid on the floor. She appeared alive, but hurt. A figure stood above her.
Best we keep you for another day, lest our friends from the Foundation get a hold of you.
He bent down, a sharp knife in his hand.
That's that then.
He said as he stood up, the head in his hand.
And to you, Kloss, watch your step. Cyrus knows of your oracle, and a great deal more. We'll be seeing you soon.
SCP-6097. Object Class: Neutralized. 6097 was an anomalous humanoid entity, active in North America for a brief period during the early 18th century. 6097 was described as physically resembling an elderly human female, dressed in tattered clothing, with fine silver hair covering much of her face and torso. Its most distinctive feature was that of a long tail attached at the base of the spine, likened by witnesses to that of a common rat, with a single, swollen eyeball protruding from the tip. 6097 formerly possessed a large spoon, designated 6097-1, made from an indeterminate metal alloy, which it is believed to have used as a means of transportation. Reputedly, while 6097 was sat atop the item's handle,
don't worry about it.
6097-1 became maneuverable and capable of flight at speeds of no less than 50 kilometers per hour. Periodically, during the early hours of the morning, 6097 descended upon various North American settlements throughout the New England region. Upon arrival, 6097 would consistently land on the rooftops of civilian homes and poorhouses, before extending its tail down the structure's chimney. Should it sight a child below the age of 18 months, it would proceed to wrap its tail around the
hold on,
infant's mouth.
no. It said 12, right?
Yes, 12. Why are you expecting them to be accurate?
This is the first time during the time where they were supposed to read the article that they get things wrong.
No, it wasn't. Remember the last one when they were reading it after, they also got it inaccurate because despite reading it normal, they still showed them as furries.
Oh, yeah.
Mouth and nose, suffocating it, before placing the victim's remains in the bowl of 6097-1. Forensic evidence suggests that between appearances, 6097 resided in a small wooden cottage located in Forest in Maryland, where the charred and partially consumed remains of multiple infants were excavated, all dating from between 1724 and 1729. Its remains are presently preserved at Site 44's Biological Anomalies Unit for further study, while -1 is kept in a standard item storage locker. Fairy tales and folklore give us insights into our collective past, not to be taken.
Can I say 4?
Alright. Added gore or violence.
0? Unless you think they added it, you can add a number if you...
No, not really.
Okay.
Deviation from the plot of the article.
4.
Only men in the video slash offensiveness.
Honestly, 4.
Alright.
Sometimes the main character that they kept calling an old woman into a sexy young woman.
Still smash.
They also got her tail wrong. They got her spoon wrong. In the very beginning, they drew it as a broom, probably as a joke. That pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah. Alright, let me get the nickname for the next anomaly. The next nickname for the anomaly is Factory Makeup.
Factory makeup. Oh. That's an old-fashioned can of makeup, isn't it?
Yep. Alright. Item SCP-1317. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. All known instances of 1317 are to be housed in Vault 13 of Site-77's Safe SCP Wing. Each unit is to be inspected on a rotational basis to prevent any chemical corrosion of their containers. A small subset of the 1317 substance is to be set aside for allocated testing purposes. Following a containment breach of multiple 1317 instances initiated by 703, all testing instances are to remain outside of 703's area of effect. In the effect of the discovery of any additional instances of 1317, they are to be cataloged and their point of origin sought out. Okay, so before we continue, what is 703? Okay, so it looks like it's a wooden closet. But what does it do? Arrows between 14 months. Active state. During active state, the ball within 3 fauna is in 73 will appear. I just want to. This thing is a collection of 452 random objects retrieved from 703 following the completion of an active state. This is appear to have some relation to their environment and persons exposed to it. Okay, so it would just materialize random objects.
Oh.
Including other SCPs such as 643, 649, and 1317. So this anomaly brings other anomalies.
Well, I guess it fits the song that they bring all the boys to the yard.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, it's a bad joke. I had to do it.
Alright, now let's see. How bad is this anomaly gonna get? Even though it's a safe class. Alright. Description. SCP-1317 is a collection of vintage cosmetics, manufactured sometime in 1942. Individual tins of 1317 weigh approximately 0.5 kilograms. The individual containers of 1317 are brown, within the makeup itself being a shade of beige. The words "the factory" have been embossed on the bottom of each instance of 1317. Okay, so it's gonna get bad.
Oh. Yeah, it has the factory. It could be basically anything.
Yeah. When 1317 comes into contact with living animal tissue, it will begin to integrate itself into the tissue. Continuous application of 1317 will lead to the affected tissues being completely replaced by 1317. In addition, 1317 will replicate the biological function of all tissues it replaces. Any existing imperfections or blemishes on the skin will be removed. Adding dyes can change the skin tone, and it is possible to mold and adjust the 1317 in a manner similar to clay without causing harm. So this someone can use this to do blackface easily. I'm sorry.
I feel like that wouldn't be quite the same, because it would be like changing your face to actually being black. It's makeup you can't remove.
Yeah.
Ever.
So you'll always be seen as a racist. I'm sorry.
But let's not.
Anyways. If the user does not continue to apply 1317, affected tissue will lose its cohesion over the next 5 weeks, which leads to the user experiencing potential fatal trauma. 1317 was discovered in 1943 when an unusual high number of persons with critical skin conditions were reported from several U.S. cities. Interviews with victims revealed that they have obtained 1317 via an advertisement in local newspapers to market test new makeup products. Following the address provided by the advertiser led to a warehouse containing over redacted instances of 1317. However, shortly after this warehouse was discovered, instances of 1317 began appearing in pharmacies and newspaper advertisements in the United States, Canada, Britain, Italy, Russia, France, and Germany. including territories occupied and controlled by Germany. Between 1943 and 1946, an estimated redacted additional instances of 1317 were recovered from these regions. Addendum 1317-A. As of May 1946, 1317 ceased appearing in these areas. It is still unknown where these additional instances of 1317 were produced or how they were transported and stocked at these locations. We know where it was produced, because it's labeled right here.
Well, just because it's labeled a certain way doesn't mean it's there.
Alright, Addendum 1317-B. 1 week progression of 1317. The user will report irritation in areas that are affected by 1317. Similar to a mild rash, subjects may also report increased amounts of skin flaking. Two weeks of 1317 progression. The user begin to develop more severe rashes in the afflicted areas. These rashes are usually dark green or light purple. In addition, any of the user's hair located in these affected areas will begin to fall out. 3 weeks of progression of 1317. The user will report serious discomfort in the affected areas. The rash will become discolored and afflicted areas will cause the user large amounts of pain. Users at this stage will become highly reclusive due to their appearance, but only a small percentage will seek medical care. 4 weeks of progression of symptoms from 1317. Users at this stage will begin to experience extreme fatigue. In addition, users at this stage will begin to have large amounts of tissue disintegrate. 98% of users who reach 4 weeks of exposure will have lost all body hair in the affected area. After 5 weeks of progression of 1317, after 5 weeks have passed, the user's afflicted flesh will begin to lose cohesion. The first tissue to dissolve will usually be soft tissue such as the user's eyes, cheeks, or loose areas of skin, and damage to the dental cavity, resulting in the dissolution of the gums and tooth loss. Following this, deeper tissues such as muscle, ligaments will begin dissolving. In case where the user had used 1317 for more than 6 months. The discussion of organs such as the intestine, liver, and bladder will result along with the potential liquefaction of the visual or olfactory cortices. That's it.
That's really dark.
Yep. Alright, let me pull it up for you, Jared.
First, I just want to say that would be a very terrifying way to... At least let death be quick. That's not quick. That's not remotely quick.
Yeah.
A death where your body slowly falls apart. Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yep. Thumbnails in chat.
Four?
You say 4?
Do you think it's not clickbait? Because you're literally putting a finger...
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that under 1317, but...
God damn it! OBS.
What happened?
OBS disconnected for 1 second. You piece of shit.
Also, People don't have zits like that on their face, around their lips.
Yeah. Also, I am getting a new computer piece that may be fixing this internet issue with OBS. Hopefully, it'll be arriving tomorrow.
That sounds very nice.
Yeah. Hopefully, it'll work. That's the problem with this computer, because we already know it was on its deathbed a couple days ago. And it somehow fixed itself.
Yeah.
I still don't know how it did it, but it did.
Computers are mysterious devices.
Yeah.
They
Alright.
wouldn't be.
Written by Anonymous. Let's see if there actually is someone. Oh, no, it just says Anonymous. Uh-oh. Picture.
They didn't do PX Fuel, did they?
Nope, but we'll see. We ready?
Yeah.
You are so beautiful.
Oh, shit. God damn it. I did it again. I need to stop doing it. I had a thumbnail still on the screen.
Oh.
You are so beautiful.
Oh, go on now. Excuse
Why?
me a second, won't you? I just need to go reapply my makeup. Won't be a second.
The woman rushed off towards the bathroom, a look of bewilderment on the man's face. He looked at her plate. It sure didn't look like makeup. Rather, like a piece of flesh.
Why did they atomize it?
Oh god, what is this?
She rubbed her cheek. The rash underneath her makeup had taken on a sickly shade of green and purple.
Just an allergic reaction. No need to panic. Suck it up. You don't want to lose this guy because of a little rash.
She opened her concealer, but it was empty.
Oh no. This will have to do. Huh? Come on, work, damn it! Sorry, my makeup was just a little runny. Where were we?
Hi.
You know, I've been thinking.
That is
Stop
unrealistic.
right there.
Yeah, and
What?
plus she would
Why?
be close to
You've
death
been
at that
thinking.
point.
Very little good ever comes from that.
Yeah.
Fine.
I just like how they treat Jen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, like I was saying,
Oh, jeez.
this Cyrus character, he should be a priority, you know?
He is, but for the moment, we've hit a brick wall.
Gone cold. Like the fish monster.
The what?
That thing from the airplane? The same thing that was fishing for humans?
Oh, that guy. I have an idea about him, but that's for another day. We're here.
Right.
Evening, fellas. You the guys the chief told me to liaise with. What?
Haven't we met before?
I don't think so. Never forget a face.
You aren't a sheriff in upstate New York?
Oh, I see where you're coming from. That's my brother, Ralph.
You two have a striking resemblance.
Do we? I don't know. Always thought he was a little ugly myself.
Right.
Wow.
Anyway, they're over there. Corpse Bride and Don Juan.
Whoa. Hey, a little sensitivity?
Didn't mean it as a rude thing. I loved Night of the Living Dead.
Right. Okay. Thanks, officer. We'll just go have a talk with him now.
Sure thing. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be over there doing something or other, whatever. Who knows?
Wow, he acts
Good
just
evening.
like an
My name is
actual
Dr.
cop.
Klaus, and this is Agent Chen. We specialize in situations like yours. Could you explain what happened tonight?
I don't know. My skin just started to peel off. It came out of nowhere.
No previous history of skin conditions, allergies?
No, nothing like this.
Have you been exposed to anything that might have caused a skin reaction?
No, wait, actually, I've been using this new concealer for a few weeks.
No, it can't be that. It's a good brand.
It actually ran out a week or two ago, though, so it shouldn't be that.
Shen, can you bag that for examination? Would you both come back with us? We'll need to run some tests.
Of course. We always support law enforcement 100%.
My man, speaking my language.
Cryptkey, would you take this gentleman to a holding cell and make him comfortable?
You got it, Chief.
Ma'am, please come with us. We'll have a closer look at that skin condition.
The woman sat at the table, a look of unease upon her face.
All right. So, we've run some tests on your skin samples and the makeup items in your purse. The good news is it appears to be restricted sections of your face where you use the product. The bad news, it will require skin grafts to fix.
Skin grafts? It won't heal?
The damage is restricted but acute. You'll be fine. It's just a good thing that you didn't have any more of this product. Just follow the doctor, he'll give you a little shot for the pain and then take you to the hospital.
Okay, thank you. What about my date?
We'll have a chat with him and then send him home as well. After, he gets a little shot too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What did you find?
This makeup is anomalous. Not sure what it is, but I'm sure it isn't from Kylie Cosmetics.
So, it peels your face off?
It actually incorporates itself into the skin and mimics it.
So it's like plastic surgery in a can.
Sort of. Seems it can heal any skin. The catch is only if you continuously use it.
Oh, that's tricky. Like your hair growth tonic.
I don't use hair growth tonic.
Sure you do. I saw it.
That was one time, and it was because of the hair worms.
Whatever floats your boat, Doc.
What's this you bring for me? Gifts? How sweet.
You know, one of these days, you're gonna have to explain to me how you see through that toilet paper.
It's not toilet paper.
Besides the point, blind lady.
Pythia, if you wouldn't mind, this cream regenerates skin, but once the user stops applying it, the skin decomposes and flakes off.
Sounds like a typical skincare product these days. But let's have a look.
They were in a department store.
What?
But something wasn't adding up. The displays and styles weren't current.
This looks like, geez, if I had to hazard a guess, the 40s? Pythia, are you sure about this?
I'm getting the feeling someone's done the old switcheroo on us.
The cream seems to be old, but the container, new.
So someone's taken the cream out, put it in a new container, and given it to that woman. But why?
And who invented this, and for what reason? Let's go have a word with that boyfriend.
You don't think he bought it for her, do you?
With what we've seen before, that wouldn't shock me in the least.
Hey, Kripke, where's the guy?
Had him anesthetized and sent him home.
What? Why? I did not authorize that.
Order came down from the professor. I guess he figured there was no reason to hold him.
Why would he do that without talking to me first? I haven't even had a chance to talk to him yet.
Don't know what to say. Just following orders.
I'll speak to Lucius.
Oh, I think he went out. Won't be back for a few hours.
Okay, thanks.
Klaus looked intently at his coffee. So, what's bothering you?
Did Kripke seem a little off to you?
He seemed off for a while now. That guy is carrying some dark secrets, I tell you.
He's not the only one.
What was that?
Nothing. Why would the professor release the boyfriend?
Now there's another guy with some dark secrets.
It seems everyone here has some skeletons in the closet.
You included.
While we're on that topic, have any of your memories come back to you?
Nah, it's still a blank. The first thing I remember is you and those agents saving me.
That was some nights. I thought you were dead.
So did I. Thanks, Doc.
What?
It turned out for the best. You were a natural-born agent.
Odd, though, isn't it?
What is?
The way the training fell into place? It was like my body and muscles knew it all, but my memory had erased it, like I had done the training before.
Oh, you're just a natural.
If you say so, Doc. Kripke came walking into the cafeteria. He looked around, confused and in a daze. Kripke! Hey, Kripke! Come over here! Where's your uniform?
Agent Chen, Dr. Klaus.
You alright? You look a bit out of it.
I'm not sure. I think I fell asleep.
What? When? We just spoke to you like 30 minutes ago.
You did? About what?
The boyfriend.
What boyfriend?
Where did Lucius go?
The prof? No idea. He's not in his office.
Alright. What the heck's going on?
Kripke comes with us. Let's check the CCTV.
Kripke was explaining something to the woman's boyfriend. As he went to the cabinet in the back of the room, the man grabbed him from behind. He pulled a syringe from Kripke's jacket, stabbing him swiftly with it. Kripke slowly sank to the ground, unconscious. The man took his uniform off and swapped it with his own clothes. Inside a pocket, he withdrew what appeared to be a card holder. In a hidden compartment was a substance very much like the makeup cream the woman had. He applied it all over his face, then began to massage and pull at his skin. The man turned around, but he was no longer the same person.
I feel like
He
the fact
was
that you went from
the
a
spitting
white guy
image
to
of
an
Kripke
Asian
now.
guy is racist.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is going to get a 4 for racism. That you can't just race swap. If you only use it on the face, it only affects the face, but it swapped his neck too. They didn't use any colorant. It's just whoop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He walked out the door and straight into Klaus and Chen.
That wasn't Kripke at all, but the boyfriend.
He set this whole thing up to get in here, but for what?
Fast forward and see where he goes.
The man stopped at a door labeled Archives. He punched in a code.
Why?
The door opened. Wait a minute. How'd he do that? How'd he get the access code? Moments later, he reappeared, tucking an envelope into his uniform. The CCTV focused on the bike in the underground parking facility of the Foundation. The man hopped onto a motorcycle.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your hospitality. Until we meet again.
And sped off. SCP-1317. Object Class: Safe. 1317 is a collection of vintage cosmetics, manufactured sometime in 1942. Individual tins of 1317 weigh approximately half a kilo. The individual containers of 1317 are brown, with the makeup itself being a shade of beige. The words, "The Factory," have been embossed onto the bottom of each instance of 1317. When 1317 comes into contact with living animal tissue, it will begin to integrate itself into the tissue. Continuous application will lead to the affected tissues being completely replaced by 1317. In addition, 1317 will replicate the biological function of all tissues it replaces. Any existing imperfections or blemishes on the skin will be removed. Adding dyes can change the skin tone, and it is possible to mold and adjust 1317 in a manner similar to clay without causing harm. If the user does not continue to apply 1317, the affected tissue will lose its cohesion over the next 5 weeks, which leads to the user experiencing potentially fatal trauma. 1317 was discovered in 1943, when an unusually high number of persons with critical skin conditions were reported from several US cities. Interviews with victims revealed that they had obtained 1317 via an advertisement in local newspapers to market test new makeup products. Following the address provided by the advertiser led to a warehouse containing over instances of 1317. However, shortly after this warehouse was discovered, Instances of 1317 began appearing in pharmacies and newspaper advertisements in the United States, Canada, Britain, Italy, Russia, France, and Germany between 1943 and 1946. All known instances of 1317 are to be housed in Vault 13 of Site-77's SAFE SCP wing. Each unit is to be inspected on a rotational basis to prevent any chemical corrosion of their containers. A small subset of the 1317 substance is to be set aside for allocated testing purposes. In the event of the discovery of any additional instances of 1317, they are to be cataloged and their point of origin sought out.
Pride, one of the 7 deadly sins. Don't let the obsession with appearance dominate you. Your worth is more than skin deep.
Just a quick reminder to come check out my Patreon, and you'll find
Now.
weekly uploads of bloopers, outtakes, and storyboards.
Well, let's stop watching
As always,
this. It's
have a
already
care,
over.
and remember to subscribe.
You want to read the next anomaly before we start this?
But let's rate it.
Yeah. Alright, removal of character
I think
slash
the removal
license.
of character-
Hmm?
Oh. What were you saying?
I was just reading the title of the category.
I think we should put a 4. Before, when I dismissed them not getting the origin, even though it was on the label, I was trying to be nice, but through watching the video, just picked more and more.
Yeah. Added gore or violence.
Or
Yeah.
because the fact is, before it had no violence. Then they literally added an aggressive amount of, not compared to how it started.
Yeah.
Before it had no violence, but if you stopped using the makeup, shit would fall off.
Yeah.
But now it had like attacking an SCP officer, putting chemicals in him, and fucking driving off with their clothes.
Yeah. Also, deviates from the plot of the article.
Or,
Yeah.
well, maybe the violence is a 3. They didn't kill anyone. But like,
Yeah. Only men in a video slash offensiveness.
4. They race swapped. They race swapped. Do they know how fucking...
Yeah. Also, Jerry, do you want to read the next one?
Yeah.
Alright, the next one is also from the first generation.
591.
Yep. SCP-591. Let me get its nickname.
Let me start my laundry real quick.
Okay.
Get the nickname.
Oh my god.
What they do, Brian?
Alright, I'll go in intermission while you're doing it. Alright, Danger Noodles, how is everyone doing? How is everyone? I'm assuming no one else is here. Well, good. Now I won't get bonked for looking at porn on Twitter.
Sorry, I'm back.
Alright, welcome back.
Thank you. SCP's name?
Yeah, SCP's nickname. Alright, hold on. This SCP's nickname is Dr. Wondertainment Pretendo.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
The item is SCP-591. The object class is Euclid. That would make sense considering the fucking title. Special containment procedures. Instances of 591 are to be kept in a separate storage containment vault of at least 500 meters away from any civilian population. Fair enough! Essential civilian infrastructure or any other foundation-controlled containment facilities. Fair enough. SCP-591 are to be activated testing by level 3 staff. Test subjects affected by... Let me just grab a fucking cough drop.
Okay.
SCP-591 during testing are to remain in the area. 591 has been turned off. Oh, test subjects affected by 591. Okay. Thanks, dyslexia. Outside of testing, 591 is to be active. Fair enough. Any new ZK class scenarios created by need to have a closed concrete dome structure built to contain it. Valid.
Jesus fucking Christ. I went to look up what ZK class is. It's not end of the world. It's ZK class reality failure scenario. Primary definition. Reality is fundamentally broken or eliminated, usually due to the physics stuff or an SCP that annihilates things by nature.
That makes sense. I kind of figured that's what it was. But just remember the title. Does this not make sense?
Yeah.
These areas will also be designated as Sector W. Sector W1 through W5 that exist currently are to be monitored. -2 type status. I don't know what that is, but I'll say very valid.
Yeah.
Personnel or test subjects within a Sector W are to remain there and considered as lost collateral. Ouch, but also valid. Any devices suspected to be an instance of 591 are to be confiscated immediately. Valid!
Yeah. Wait a minute, how is this not a Keter?
We'll find out. 591 refers to a line of video games originally developed as a counterfeit of the Nintendo Entertainment System. NES. Oh, I used to play those. Those were the Super Nintendos. 591, well, I didn't play the counterfeit. I've never played a world-ending video game, but...
Not yet, at least.
Oh, gosh. 591 was labeled as a Pretendo in 1995. Oh, that sounds off. Sorry. And manufactured in Southeast Asia. Well, the original Nintendo was made in Japan, so I'm not sure how that's so off. That's just, what, a different country?
China.
Somewhere, one of the Southeast Asian countries?
China.
Is that Southeast Asia?
I don't know. It's just that a lot of counterfeit stuff comes from China.
Food has said yes, it's one of the countries in Southeast Asia.
Okay, so China.
But I do not believe Japan is in Southeast Asia.
Don't die.
Thank you.
Yeah, instead of saying like, "Oh, are you okay? Do you need help or anything?" I just say, "Don't die." I can't tell if it's bad or good. I guess when you're looking up the Japan thing.
Yeah. And while China's East Asia, it does not look like it's in Southeast Asia.
Damn it.
Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Cambodia, Philippines, East Timor, and I don't know, probably more.
Yeah.
And Japan is in East Asia.
Ah. Alright, then let's keep on moving.
Okay. Official records indicate that Pretendo brand was bought by another company, Dr. Wondertainment, supposedly to establish themselves in the growing video game market. Bullshit! Pretendo was then re-engineered as a standalone console system that was capable of playing both NES games and Dr. Wonder's own line of 8-bit video game titles, hereby referred to as SCP-9-number, such as SCP-9- titles include, but are not limited to.
Yeah, the first one is a link. I want to click it. Oh my gosh, the first one's an SCP.
Oh, yeah. Eskimo Mo, Wapham, Dusky's Adventures in Steedland. You Can Do That Television, WLB Sports Deluxe, WW1 Ace Trench Digger, Led Zeppelin Air Racers, Super Kick Karate, Super Kick Karate 2010, Final Kick Karate Ultimate Greatness, The Legend of Swordmaster, includes Sword Controller. Okay, that's cool. Reading Rainbow Sit and Listen. Would you like to read Eskimo Mo? Because I feel like we should probably have that just in case.
I'll probably just read a description of it.
It looks like a pretty big thing.
It's made because it's really long. Like,
It even has sound recording. As it has audio at the bottom.
Yeah. User permissions, stream only. You can't use it for recording or YouTube videos, stream only. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
At the bottom for the file name user permissions says stream only.
Oh.
Yeah, but this anomaly isn't a video game.
What? But it said it's a video game.
Now, this SCP-2424 resembles a marine mammal possibly belonging to the Adobeninidae family. Only known surviving species in this family is the walrus. Unlike other members of the family, 2424 has a second pair of muscular flippers, light purple skin color, various cybernetic implants of unknown function, and is considerably larger in both length and weight. 2424 was captured 39 kilometers north of I don't know how the fuck to say that. Greenland. Near the Inuit settlement that appears to have been destroyed by fire. No local records of the settlement exist. 2424 appears to have a 260mm cannon of unknown make and model that can extend and retract from its mouth. This weapon has been observed to eject black spherical projectiles at extreme low velocities, sometimes firing up to 3 projectiles at once. 2424 can also create seismic vibrations whenever it strikes the ground with sufficient force. Anyone standing within an interaction zone during this will suffer a full body paralysis for a period of exactly 4 seconds. It is currently unknown how these vibrations cause the reaction in individuals. 2424 will engage in hostile activity whenever someone is within their interaction zone. As it appears that this is the range of 2424's perception, during testing, D-Class personnel have reported strange electronic background noises playing from an unknown source, as well as sound effects that respond in their sync with their physical actions. 2424 will react hostilely until one of the following criteria is met. The individual is killed, the individual moves out of the interaction zone. So this probably happens if you play the game. Like, this anomaly comes out.
I'm guessing that as well. That's probably why there's only one SCP video game SCP.
Alright, yeah. Alright, so now...
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we can go back.
Okay. Whenever SCP-591- is inserted into SCP-591 and activated, it creates a minimized and isolated CK-class reality infiltrating scenario that resembles the game's intended content. I'm guessing that's what SCP-2424 is.
Yeah.
Individuals inside these affected areas will usually assume of game's main character, protagonist. This effect does not apply when normal NES cartridges are inserted in 591. Because of the degradation and age of 591's electronic and computer components, the CK-class reality infrastructuring scenarios have increased chance of becoming isolated ZK-class reality failure scenarios of varying areas of effect. Unlike the CK-class scenarios, which revert after SCP-591 is deactivated, the ZK-class scenarios remain permanently as a fixed location. These locations have been designated as Sector W through Sector W5. So 1 through 5 of the... Thank you, Wondertainment! Each Z-class scenario is different. Random factors that are limited to extreme gravitic fluctuations or absence thereof, time dilation, light speed significantly reduced or even halted, randomly placed cubic structures of varying elements in a solid state, including some actinoids regardless of half-life, absence of any kind of naturally occurring radiation, including cosmic background radiation, areas that consist of a perfect vacuum, the creation of nonlinear spatial anomalies or similar transfiguration applied to pre-existing structures and or redacted. Based on previous testing, a ZK-class scenario being generated from the CK-class scenario has steadily increased a chance of 1% to 34% over the last 28 years of Foundation custody. Oh, thanks! Based on seized Wondertainment Company records, suspected to be a total of 203 consoles and roughly 1,300 game cartridges still unaccounted for, including an alleged Pocket Pretendo. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
That may or may not exist as a program. To date, no mass recall for 591 has been issued by Dr. Wondertainment. Addendum 591-001 There have been a limited number of cases surviving class scenario. Those individuals recovering from the chance of surviving outside the respective sector W. There are also 2 reported cases of an individual K class scenario physically unaltered, but continue to assume the role of the game's main character pre-incident. Because the effects of SCP-591 during ZK class scenarios are largely exceedingly unpredictable and dangerous to research, all further playtesting of SCP-591 and SCP-591- is hereby suspended until further notice. That's valid!
Yep. Alright, you want to hear the nickname they gave the anomaly?
Okay.
Super Mario Bros.
No!
I'm kind of terrified to see what
Okay, let's see the...
God damn it. It's processing. There it goes.
Show it to all of us. Mario isn't part of the Pretender! You know what? If they wanted a game that we know about, they could 2424. That's literally a game we know a lot about. There's on it.
Honestly, I would love to have like an SCP
I
adaptation.
think the Walrus is the bad guy.
Yeah. I would love to have an SCP game adaptation of 2424 and you play as the Walrus. That'd actually be kind of cool.
That would be very cool. That would be very cool.
Yeah. Speaking of,
I think the Walrus is the bad guy.
Yeah. Though, speaking of tomorrow, I actually won't be doing a content fire stream like I was going to. Because a new 087 game came out.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Honestly, I think considering it's called Eskimo Joe, the Walrus is the bad guy.
Yeah. I gave it a 4.
The Walrus, the bad guy won.
Yeah. I gave the thumbnail a 4.
Yeah, that's valid. Let's see the video.
Alright, so, since this license is from Lark D, let's go down here. Let's see what they put down. Yep, the correct license. Be ready. Ready, Jerry?
Yeah. Ready.
Almost there. Just a little bit further. He'd been waiting months for his dad to buy.
Has to reconnect. There it goes. Fucking OBS bitch. Alright. The video's back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first played Cyberpunk, I kid you not, I just said yes to one character, then all of a sudden, almost all the characters started just walking backwards.
That's a glitch.
I was like, well, okay then. This is how I'm gonna play the game now. Oh my god. Anyways, are you ready to continue?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure it's not an ad. Nope.
He rushed over to the machine, but it was too late. It had shut down, the smell of burned plastic filling the room. He pushed the power button repeatedly, but nothing happened.
Piece of junk.
So close. What would he do with the rest of the weekend now? Out of the corner of his eye, he caught something shimmer in the boxes. Interesting. He went over to the pile of boxes in the back of the basement and started to rummage around. trying to reach whatever it was that had sparkled. As he moved the boxes aside, he came across what looked like an old console.
Pretendo Entertainment System.
That was an odd name. He looked the machine over and recognized it as a Nintendo Entertainment System. Strange that it would be named Pretendo. The odd W logo also didn't look familiar. Must be fake, but it still meant more games for him. He set up the old CRT monitor on the table and plugged the console in. He'd never played on such an old machine before, but he'd heard his dad talk about them from time to time. Now all he needed was some games. He looked around the basement again. There was a cardboard box nearby where the console had been. Scribbled in black marker were the words, PES cartridges. Inside the box were a number of games, their labels printed on the top. Some of them sounded familiar. One of the cartridges had a partially peeled off label and appeared heavily used.
Oh no.
Should be a good one. He picked it up out of the box. The label read, Super Mario Brothers. Supper? A typo? No matter. This should keep him occupied for at least a few hours. He loaded the cartridge into the console and hit the power button. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the screen flashed and the menu came up. He suddenly started to feel nauseous. The room was spinning. Was it the old CRT screen? The smoke from the PlayStation? He opened his eyes. This wasn't his basement anymore. His head was still hurting, but he looked around the new surroundings.
Hello there, little Goomba. Welcome to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Goomba? What's a Goomba? He looked down at his body, but it wasn't his body anymore.
Uh-oh, too slow.
What? What the fuck's happening?
I apologize that I haven't had the time to stop by more often.
Don't worry, I know you've been busy. Cyrus seems to be keeping you on your toes.
Indeed. A troubling individual, to say the least. But let's not talk shop. Is everything to your liking? Are you in need of anything?
Don't trouble yourself. I have everything that I need right here.
Are you sure? You can always leave, whenever you desire. Nobody here could stop you, even if they tried.
True, but for now, I'm content. I don't want to risk another accident like last time. I will remain in containment for now.
It wasn't your fault. You were provoked.
Nonetheless, the repercussions were deadly. For now, the small piece of home suffices.
It is a lovely rendition of a bygone era. Apollo himself would be proud.
What?
Hey, check this out!
Yeah?
I don't know.
And?
It's an old Nintendo.
Famicom.
What?
It's called a Famicom.
No,
I
it's a
think he's
Nintendo.
dating the weird
Which
fear.
is based off the original Japanese Famicom.
Semantics. Check it out. Pretty cool though, eh?
Will you grow up? How many times have you gone in trouble with all your gaming?
Come on. Only like twice?
At your age.
Fine. Suit yourself. I'll just take Crypt Key with me then.
Crypt Key? Good luck with that. He's still traumatized about having his uniform stolen. I think he's still trying to get permission to wipe the CCTV footage.
Come on. There's some weird vortex cloud above the house where this Nintendo is.
Vortex cloud?
Uh-huh. It'll be fun. I love retro games. Come on.
Okay. You had me at Vortex Cloud.
What?
I don't know either.
What? Wait, hold on. I need to go back. Why does this look like Peter Griffin's house? It looks like the house from Family Guy.
Let me look up the house in Family Guy because I don't remember.
Trust me, when you see it, you'll see what I mean.
I looked it up and it does not look exactly like the... Oh, wait, it does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The only difference is they changed the roof color.
Watch your step. Lots of junk lying around. One time I stepped on a Lego. Whoo-wee! That
Oh my
looked like
God.
rattlesnake bite on the rump. What I say? You don't like snakes?
Do you have a brother?
Tommy?
Ralph?
Oh yeah, got one named Ralph too.
He's a sheriff?
I think so. Can't rightly remember.
How many brothers do you have?
Good question. Can't say for sure. Ma and Pa kept busy, if you catch my drift.
Unfortunately, we do.
Anywho, that's the game machine
Ow.
right there.
Klaus bent down and picked it up, turning it over in his hands.
Chen, take a look.
Good old Dr. Wondertainment again.
Thank you, officer. We'll be taking this back with us as evidence and quarantining the house.
Whatever floats your boat.
Let's get this whole house tented, set up for some Scranton Realty anchors, and move the neighbors out.
Roger that. Klaus searched the Foundation archives. This SCP wasn't new. A number of confiscated consoles had been housed in remote Foundation facilities for the past 30 years. Due to mishaps and lost personnel, testing had been indefinitely suspended. The last reported incident resulted in the death of a senior researcher.
Huh?
She booted up the game. It appeared to be a Wondertainment copy of Super Mario Bros. Almost immediately, she felt a migraine and an odd sensation come over. Her surroundings had changed. She was in the game now. She looked down at her dress. Very odd. She raised her head and looked around. This was definitely the Mushroom Kingdom. Where was everyone, though? Good afternoon, gentlemen. How may I be of assistance?
We've got this Wondertainment product. It pulls players into the game world.
I wonder if we'll ever stop coming across the Doctor's failed products.
This SCP is already documented, but due to the death of the last researcher who went into it, testing has been suspended.
Sounds like a wise choice.
Yes, I would agree, but a boy was lost in the game recently. I suspect he might still be alive if we can get in there soon.
Sounds like a big risk.
We'll be fine. And if we aren't, well, you know what to do.
I will consider it. Professor, it needs to be now, before it's too late. All right, but I expect both of you back in one piece.
We'll do our best.
Would just say the kid's dead and move on.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Because
Why couldn't we do this at the
honestly, it's more
Foundation?
dangerous
It could
to
be
let
that
anyone
each time the
in
game is
than
booted up,
anything
it
else.
creates a local anomaly.
Plus, seeing how it's a ZK class anomaly.
Yeah. And it wouldn't pop up as a portal. It would literally affect an area,
Yeah.
not a portal.
Yeah. Depending on what game is played, the Foundation will probably treat it as either an Apollyon or an Archon anomaly. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's not either of those classes, they would treat it as such.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but conducting the experiment here should give us a higher chance of entering the boy's localization.
Yeah, you lost me at localized. Let's get on with it then.
All right. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Klaus hit the multiplayer button. Immediately, the sensations of confusion and nausea started. Whoa, dude, you're Mario. This is so weird.
Don't be so surprised, Luigi.
I am?
Yep.
So, we're here? Now what?
I guess we go through the level looking out for the boy.
Roger that. They continued moving forward, hitting loot boxes and stepping on Goombas. Hey Doc, quick question.
Yeah?
So, the boy might still be alive in the game.
Right.
And likely, he's become one of the characters in the game.
Yep.
Could he be, say, a Goomba?
I don't see why not.
A Goomba, like the dozen or so we've been stepping on to get here?
That's a good point. Let's, Try not to step on anything else.
Good idea. As they continued on, they reached a flag and a castle. What the heck is that?
Didn't you have any games in Hong Kong?
Clearly, not the same games as you.
Just follow me.
They were on a bridge. Lava
Jin
flowed
said,
beneath.
"Fuck that."
So what's this about then?
If I remember right, we crossed the bridge and that should be the end of the level.
All right. Well, what are we waiting for?
Hang on, I feel like I'm forgetting something. This seems too easy.
Come on, Doc. Let's just get on with this. Chen stepped onto the bridge. From above, a creature dropped down, blocking their path. Oh, what the heck is that?
Oh, I remember now. Bowser, he's the boss.
Great. Just great. What was that? How'd you do that?
Don't know, don't care, just fire at him!
They shot fireballs at him over and over
What?
until he fell from the bridge.
What?
Nice work, Luigi.
That wouldn't work.
Now let's get across the bridge.
It wouldn't work. You didn't have a fire flower.
Right.
Princess Toadstool and a Goomba stood before them.
Are you Tim?
I think so.
We're here to help you to get out of this game.
What about me?
Sorry, Princess, but you're a character. You stay here.
As he finished the last sentence,
That was the
game
Foundation
ended.
scientist.
They came to on the floor of the basement. The little boy, safe and sound. That's definitely a more interesting SCP. Let's get that thing locked up in the Foundation. For good.
The Foundation?
The voice came from behind the boxes.
I remember that name. I think I worked there long ago.
The woman came out from behind the boxes.
You're the researcher who went in the game 30 years ago!
I think so? Is this real? Is this the real world?
Welcome back. We'll get you back to the Foundation and piece it all together.
Looks like we got more than we bargained for.
2-for-1 special.
Shut the fuck up, Jin.
SCP-591. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-591 refers to a line of video game consoles originally developed as counterfeit of the Nintendo Entertainment System. 591 was labeled as Pretendo in 1985 and manufactured in Southeast Asia. Official records indicate that the Pretendo brand was bought by another company, Dr. Wondertainment, supposedly to establish themselves in the growing video game market. Pretendo was then re-engineered as a standalone console system that was capable of playing both NES games and Dr. Wondertainment's own line of 8-bit video game titles. Whenever a Wondertainment game is inserted into 591 and activated, it creates a minimized and isolated CK-class reality restructuring scenario that resembles the game's intended content. Individuals inside these affected areas will usually assume the role of the game's main character or protagonist. This effect does not apply when a normal NES cartridge is inserted into 591. Because of the degradation and age of 591's electronic and computer components, the CK-class reality restructuring scenarios have an increased chance of becoming isolated ZK-class reality failure scenarios of varying areas of effect. Unlike the CK-class scenarios, which revert after 591 is deactivated, the ZK-class scenarios remain permanently as a fixed location. These locations have been designated as Sector W1 through Sector W5. Instances of 591 are to be kept in a separate storage containment vault, at least 500 meters away from any civilian population, essential civilian infrastructure, or other Foundation-controlled containment facilities. Any new ZK-class scenarios created by 591 will need to have a closed, concrete dome structure built to contain it. Any devices suspected to be an instance of 591 are to be confiscated immediately. Old, discarded trinkets may hold little value to you in the years to come.
Relics of a time past. However, once rediscovered, be cautious of their original purpose, lest memory erase the danger they hold.
Please be sure to check out my Patreon. There's weekly uploads.
How did they somehow become sexist in saving a researcher?
I don't know. Also, removal of character/license.
How would you rate that?
Well, Jerry, if you think about it, they removed all the games.
That's true. They removed all the games. They did keep the researcher, but I'm not sure it counts as keeping the researcher. Okay, 4. 4. Okay.
Was it the actual name of the researcher, though? Or was the researcher even named?
The researcher, I believe, was named. Let's look.
I'm not even seeing any names in here besides the SCPs. SCP in games.
Oh shit, you're right. So they literally made up the name of the researcher.
Yep.
And they didn't keep any of the video games. So yeah, 4.
Well, actually, it's not even specified who the individuals were. It could have been research, it could have been random people.
You've got a fair point.
Alright, added gore or violence.
Was any actually added?
This one's kind of a hard one because it's already rather violent with the story and reality and everything.
Yeah, 0.
It's hard. That one. And, deviates from the plot of the article.
4.
Yep. Only minute video / offensiveness.
4. Like, oh, she's missing for 30 years, but she's unchanged physically when she gets out of the video game world. I mean, while it's possible due to the SCP's, like, issues, if she had been permanently altered by the SCP, she would still have looked like Princess Peach coming out. Let's face it.
Yep.
But she didn't, meaning she was not permanently altered, meaning she should have looked 30 years older.
Alright. This next anomaly, it's gonna be one of my favorites. This is also one of the few anomalies that's safeguarded by the O5 Council.
Oh.
Yeah, here's one I don't think you know is also safeguarded by the O5 Council and is forbidden by them to test, Jerry. But SCP-6969 is safeguarded by the O5 Council.
Nice.
It's forbidden to do it because apparently with continuous testing, it started to spread.
Oh.
So we're just gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, anyways, so this SCP, you're gonna like its nickname. Its nickname is, so this is how the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a shitpost.
Okay.
This is one of my new favorites. I already got a glimpse of it, and I already love it. And by the order of the O5 Council, the following file described a neutralized anomaly. By the order of O5-1, unauthorized access is forbidden. Item 4991. Level 4 Secret. Containment class neutralized. Special containment breach procedures. All social networking websites affected by SCP-4991 have had their records of the incident completely erased. A cover story of an ARG has been implemented in case any proof of incident remains. Description: 4991 was a period between April 7th, 2016 and April 9th, 2016 when a major social networking websites such as 4chan, Reddit, Tumblr, and Twitter began creating posts that referenced non-existent events. During this time, users were met with errors that hindered their ability to post. All posts that were created during this period were made by existing accounts. 2 days after 4991's manifestation, all anomalous activity ceased and users could interact with the websites normally. By a vote 11-1, the 05 Council reclassified 4991 as neutralized, and the current containment procedures were established. No anomalous activity similar to 4991 has been detected since the incident. Yeah. Oh my god, I love this even more. I didn't even notice that. Alright. I'll close all those. For a good reason. Anyways. Addendum 4991.1. SCP-4991 was discovered early in the morning of April 7th by the Foundation operatives who were alerted to most social networking websites being inaccessible, and users reported posts appearing that they were not making. Upon order of the Council of the United, all of these websites were shut down, and a viral Class K amnestic was released following 4991's demanifestation. Following examples of posts are made during 4991. Twitter records. Now, watch what happens when I click this. They will evolve.
Oh!
Yeah, I love this. I love this anomaly so much. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump. Moore stepped out of the agreement. It's almost like when the world is ending, he starts to get a bit antsy. Is Earth not good enough for you? Retweets 19,000. Likes 105,000. Dear College, which is a group of interest at Dear College. It is advised that insect arcana is not to be attempted for the time being by local deities. Additionally, entrances into Fae-related areas have been closed down for maintenance. Retweets 11, likes 93.
Insect Arcana?
Yep.
Wait, insect magic?
Yes. World Health Ministry at Health Ministry Earth. This is a warning to all people in North America to not go outside. If you ever breathe outside, please call poison control. Retweets 259, likes 1,273. Faywin Wilson at Faye WWS. Seems like we might be at the end. I hope everyone's staying safe while they still can. My DMs will be open as long as I'm alive, if anyone needs to talk. Retweets 22, likes 10,000. I can't read that. But it's from BTS.
You could always copy it and paste it into a translator.
Alright, let's see.
Even Google translates better than nothing.
BTS is Korean, so I misspelled. I misspelled Korean. I can't breathe.
Oh.
Okay. Retweets 756K. Likes 2.1 million. Me and Intellectual at Fanboy431. Are we just forgetting that Marshall Carter and Dark are selling anti-insect bunkers for fucking $4 million? How is that shit okay? Retweets 0, likes 39. Travis Scott at Travis XX. It all ends in tears anyway. Retweets 15,000, likes 1.5 million. Reddit records. They will adapt. Alright. The Reddit post, Colt Moore, SCP Foundation's 05-1 steps out of secure mint plan. Arc of Length. What are they doing? We're fucking dying over here in the entire middle... Oh my god.
What?
The entire Middle East has collapsed into the sea, and our only hope is for us to fucking walk away. Fuck this. What? Grey Wolf, welcome to Earth. Please go fuck yourself. The creator of life, probably. Hey, now you're an all-star. Left my ass off. Nah, till there can't be a god. No, so we're so good. Spherical pedestal. With our luck, the Foundation...
Does CL stand for anything?
I don't know.
Spherical... Let me look that up.
Yeah. Anyways, spherical pedestal. With our luck, the Foundation already contained God at this point. They did. Etymology nerd. If they did, they would fucking get us out of this hellhole. No, not really. Alright. Limp Firebird. The Foundation has always been about money and money alone, so I'm not surprised. The secure mint plan would cost them a shit ton of fucking money. So much that it would put them out of business forever. It seems that I'd rather die than pay this mentality right now, unless we're missing something. Moonbound Shibe. I'm a bit mad, but I think I know why they aren't doing this. I'm like 99% certain that because of the recent uprising in Egypt, the secure mint plan would fuck over most villages around the Middle East-ish area, which would probably cause more harm than good. Probably makes sense, but it's still a dick move. What is this anomaly?
It's crack posts. It's online crack posts.
This is definitely one of my favorites now. What's up with the secure mint plan and SCP Foundation? From Big Fat Burbs. Essentially, it was an agreement plan between the US government and SCP Foundation in order to reduce the amount of bugs that are currently flying everywhere. It would require a budget from several large nations and would consist of the deployment of several specifically engineered pesticides in order to kill these bugs en masse. The plan required the SCP Foundation to use around 90% of their budget due to the fact that these pesticides are hell to make. For some reason, the SCP Foundation a couple days ago, after stepping out of the agreement, completely disappeared. Everyone associated with them completely vanished, and all of their sites are completely empty. The production of these of the pesticides were put on hold, and now the bug population has increased tenfold. Saw a beautiful flock of birds fly over my town. Them a lot of birds. From the OK Hippo. Dude, those aren't birds. I think they're birds.
Man.
Tumblr records. Narrow are the minds of humans. From Anxiety 2721. I managed to catch one of the bugs. Don't let them into your mouth, though they love to crawl in there. It was actually pretty easy to catch them. I just opened a door and threw a net and brought it back in. From Explosions in the Sky. I'm in Edwardsville, Virginia. Oh no. I'm holding out in my basement. If anyone needs shelter, come. I have food for around 6 months and water to last us a year. Pray for us. No. Anyways. From the next great American boy. If you can go outside for any reason, cover your mouth, wear a scarf, pull up your shirt, and just keep it covered. With a response of Ayo Omega, if you don't, then die. Alright, from Anxiety 2721, do not catch the bugs. Do not let them inside. From another Blob G1, I'm really scared. I don't want to die. There's butterflies? The 4chan one is arm mistakes will become the birth and death of this thing. That's some 4chan in a nutshell. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
File deleted from Anomalous on April 9th, 2016. Which is... I thought I could reply to it. Do you ever feel like God hates his creations? Another message from Anonymous on April 9th, 2016. P. me, necrophiliac still alive. Later, virgins. Response from that post from Anonymous on the same day. Even in a literal apocalypse scenario, looks like you are still rearing their heads. Unbelievable. Alright, a different post on that exact same day. Just strung my friend up in the woods. I cut him open and all the bugs came out and started swarming us. We're all gonna fucking die soon anyways. I don't regret it. One of the replies to this post is from another anonymous. I had to kill my sister. The fucking bugs got to her and she started attacking us with a knife. She killed my dad and they instantly swarmed and ate the corpse. I'm probably gonna die pretty soon. They're surrounding me. There's some mist coming out of the bugs. I can feel them rubbing on my skin. God, it hurts. And a post from Anonymous is this picture. A response is, why the fuck are you outside, Anon? Another response is, ignorance would be the birth and death of humanity. Why?
Okay.
Alright, so now, before I show the thumbnail, the nickname Freshest Lucius gave us an anomaly is Elon's done it again. Oh, come on! I think this anomaly was created before Elon took Twitter.
Are you sure?
I think so? Well, it was last edited on February 18th, 2024.
Fair enough.
Page revision 91. I guess that means that it's been changed 91 times? Maybe?
Huh.
Probably to put everything in good order, because I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites, because it's just, like, bad shit insane. What do you think of the thumbnail?
4.
Alright.
Actually, it might not be a 4. I mean, technically the things aren't supposed to be happening, but
technically, anomaly.
Yeah,
Well, actually, they're doing it wrong in the thumbnail because anomaly does it itself, not the people.
oh, you're right. 4.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, that seems off,
Yeah.
but that CP is so cracked, so.
I think this is the most cracked SCP we've ever read.
You know what? That's fair. Probably is.
Yeah, there's no license at the bottom. So hopefully these two are the actual creators. Wait, can you actually click and see the revisions? No. I was actually going to see if I could... Well, I can probably put it in, like... Fuck, what's it? That Internet Archive and find out when it was first made. Probably do that later. Seeing when it was made. Anyways, you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
This will be the final SCP of the night.
It was a lovely day. She looked to the sky. Not a cloud in sight. It was a great day to be alive. The pandemic was coming to an end, and things were finally returning to normal.
Sound, the background music, was it so annoying?
That was odd.
Yeah.
Like everyone was receiving the same message. She pulled her phone from her pocket and read the Twitter notification. She looked up again at the skies, but couldn't see any sign of a gas leak or poison. The people around her were doing the same, looking back and forth at each other. She sniffed the air. Nothing. Then a new round of notifications went off. She checked her phone again.
Oh my gosh, Count Jake Trump.
This was getting stranger. All the tweets were coming from official accounts. Was there some kind of impending attack? She went back to her feed and saw a new tweet.
Poll, which apocalyptic harbinger would you rather stick your dick in? Insectoid monsters or Elon Musk? Oh god, they're under my skin, they're under my skin! Oh wait, this kind of feels good.
What the fuck?
Have you seen these tweets?
I just heard about them. Yes.
How did they sexualize an SCP that just does it's cringy posts? Like, you don't even know what the SCP looks like. It's just an SCP that does cringy posts.
They literally had the one-eyed monster just molested by a giant fucking roach. Okay.
Oh, wait. This isn't... Oh, I know who this guy is. He did an, He's another YouTuber. Like that person, the eye thing. Our monster dude is another YouTuber.
Range. They're all coming from official accounts. They got that blue tick thing everyone's talking about.
Have you managed to find out more about them?
Not yet. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Is there a way we can get an appointment with Elon Musk?
Floss.
Oh my god.
What makes you think I have those kind of contacts?
Oh, come on.
I'll see what I can do. Give me an hour or so to make some calls. Elongated muskrat.
What now?
That's his full name.
No, it most definitely isn't.
Think about it. Elon Musk, elongated muskrat. I read that on the internet.
You believe everything you read on the internet?
I will call him that if I meet him in person.
While I was at it.
What? I don't write fan fictions. But look, we're here.
No, we're
not.
We're at least 15 minutes out still.
Excuse me for a second. Urgent email just came in.
Uh-huh. Now this is an office.
Pretty schmick, huh? This is what you get when you're the richest guy on the planet.
Well, richest guy that people know of. I'm pretty sure there's a couple 05s worth a lot more.
Very true. Mr. Muskrat, I mean Musk. Sorry about that.
I've only got a minute, guys. Have a board meeting. Making more cuts. You know how it is.
Just one question. What's with this tweet?
Which one?
End of the world?
Oh! Look, we're all hands on deck with that one. Don't know what happened. Perhaps a rogue engineer.
So you don't know anything else about these messages?
Not yet. No. Could be a hacker.
Don't you have logs?
Of course.
And what do they say?
Okay, look. Keep this quiet, but there aren't any.
Erased?
No, there are no logs at all. Those messages didn't originate or go through our servers.
Isn't that impossible?
It should be. I'll get back to Lucius the moment we figure something out.
We appreciate your time.
What do you make of him?
He sounded genuine enough.
You don't think he's covering something up?
What, like an impending insect apocalypse?
It just seems odd that...
What in the...
What is it? What's happened now?
Are you serious?
I'm
Professor,
sorry,
have
I
you
tried
seen
to
this?
pause the video for some reason.
Any reason you've
and
decided to reveal the
Discord went down
foundation?
briefly. I was trying to read the tweets.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Into the world?
Very funny. This was...
I'm not even sure if they animated it well enough for us to be able to read it.
I wanted to try.
Oh, they did.
Read Claw's shit posting. I want to read Claw's shit posting.
Oh my gosh, got to love waking Chin up to go hunting and hearing him yell at me about it. If you want to go, I'm going with or without. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay then.
Professor, have you seen this?
Oh, definitely shit posting.
Yep.
Any reason you've decided to reveal the foundation to the world?
Very funny. This wasn't me.
I assume so. Another one of these mysterious tweets.
I need to ask you one question, Professor. Between us,
Yes?
have any of my clones been released or escaped?
You think one of your clones could have sent this message out?
Is it possible?
No. They're all accounted for. Remember, this isn't just happening to you.
Hey, are you still getting those tweets?
Do I look like a Twitterer to you?
They've seemed to stop.
Wait, what?
Right.
Elon's
Right.
sending out a tweet saying that it's some sort of viral augmented reality marketing campaign.
That's not what he told us.
Am
Exactly.
I the only one seeing that?
Either
as
he
the-
lied to
the
us,
audio not
or he's
lining up
lying
with the
now.
video?
Gentlemen, what is it?
Now, I think everything's fine at the moment.
Oh,
This time?
that's weird.
See, seems you've managed to fix the issue.
Well, it appears to have stopped, if that's what you mean.
Viral marketing campaign?
What about it?
Last time we were here, you told us you didn't know where those tweets were coming from.
Yes, and?
So, you either lied to us then, or you're lying to us now.
Wait, you don't know?
No what?
The tweet. The augmented reality game. I didn't come up with that. I was asked to tweet that out.
By who?
By you guys. The O5 Council.
Why are we being kept out of the loop?
I don't know what to tell you. The O5 have their reasons. I'm sure it must be a good one.
No, something's fishy. I want to talk to the O5.
Klaus, take my advice. Let it go.
This reeks.
If you start digging you into something and O5 doesn't want you digging into, they'll probably either kill you or make you a D class.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with the O5.
Of a cover-up. What is the insect apocalypse? Why are tweets coming from people, including myself, who never sent them? I need to talk to them.
Listen to me, Klaus. Even I don't know all the council members or what they're capable of. You don't want to cross them. I'll tell you a little story. This happened many years ago.
What?
I had been with the Foundation for a few years before I was introduced to O5-5. He was a young man, very intelligent and very creative. He had unique ideas about the Foundation and what its role in history and human destiny were to be. He rose up in stature and power quickly.
What?
He was a firm believer in mankind's mastery over nature. Eventually, his passion and beliefs got the better of him. His thinking was too radical, even for the council.
Again,
his ideas
why?
and concepts expanded beyond just human dominion over animals, but into hybridization as the way forth. Soon after, nobody ever saw him again. They said he had retired, but that can mean a great many things. Amnestics, imprisonment, execution. Be careful, Klaus. They aren't to be trifled with.
Point taken, Professor.
On another topic, that letter stolen from the archives. Any idea what it was?
No, we haven't been able to figure out what was taken yet.
Let me know if you learn anything new. So that's it then? Dead end? Cease and desist?
Yep, that's the order coming down. Between you and me, I'm gonna dig a little deeper.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Trust me, it'll be fine.
I've heard that before. It was close to 2 a.m. Klaus sat behind his computer screen, trying to find a back door into the O5's files.
Come on. Yes!
It appeared to be a simple file system. One of the folders was labeled Insect Alternate B. He opened the file.
Insect apocalypse imminent. Foundation efforts have failed. Relocation to alternate Earth recommended and passed by vote 11-1 by Overseer Council. SCP considered neutralized. Wait. Does that mean the O5 moved all of us to an alternate universe? And those tweets are somehow leaking out from the Earth, which is about to be swarmed?
He looked back at the screen.
I'm locked?
His head suddenly felt heavy as the screen changed.
Moron.
He collapsed onto his desk. Klaus! Klaus!
What happened?
Fell asleep at your computer again. Another late night searching for a new cosplay?
What? No, I can't remember.
What's the last thing you remember?
I spoke to you about that Twitter situation, and then I was on my computer. The rest is a blank.
Wake up the computer. Check what was the last thing you looked at.
Good idea.
Klaus moved the mouse.
Access denied.
Uh-oh.
SCP
Yo, 5 no.
Major social networking websites such as 4chan, Reddit, Tumblr, and Twitter began creating posts that referenced non-existent events. During this time, users were met with errors that hindered their ability to post. All posts that were created during this period were made by existing accounts. 2 days after 4991's manifestation,
What happened?
OBS disconnected again.
Oh.
Alright, let's try this again.
4991's demanifestation. All social networking websites affected by 4991 have had their records of the incident completely erased. A cover story of an ARG, alternate reality game, has been implemented in case any proof of the incident remains.
Social media can be a minefield at the best of times. Never blindly trust what you're told. Always question and form your own conclusions based on science and reason.
As always, have...
Fuck. Alright, so that was... where the fuck that was. Removal of character / license. I would say a lot because a lot of these posts did not get shown.
Was there any characters actually in there besides shitpost?
Let's see. The Council of the United.
The Council of the United?
I don't think that's the O5 Council. I think that's someone else. And they didn't show all O5 members when there was a huge vote.
That's fair.
And plus, it was by the order of 051, not 5, which they kept showing. They did the wrong 05.
Oh, you're right.
So I guess 4?
Yeah, 4.
Alright. Added gore or violence?
1 or 2.
Yeah, I'll say 1. It's not...
They added a little, but not much.
Yeah, not much. Alright. Deviation from the plot of the article. Does this article really have that much of a plot?
Yeah, I mean, they deviated like 1 or 2 with the weird, like, sexualization of the alien.
Yeah. Guess 2 for that.
Yeah, because it didn't have videos, it just had shitposts.
Yeah. Only men in the video / offensiveness.
Slight offensiveness with sexualization of monster, but nothing bad, like really bad, so maybe a 1.
Yeah. Alright, this actually might be our best one tonight. So that's...
It is, how should I feel about that?
Okay, plus 5 plus 10 plus 40 equals 40%. I mean, it was kind of hard to fuck up this anomaly, yet they still fucked it up.
Yeah.
Like, you just had to, like, mess around with the fucking... You could have just shown people freaking out.
Some shit posts, yeah.
Oh shit, they left out someone else that was big in porn. They left out a group of... Yeah, they left out a group of interests.
Insect Arcana! And, like, talking about the local deers and, like, the Fae-related areas have been closed down for maintenance.
Yeah. Yeah. Before I do anything, I'm gonna send this to random people to see what they think of it. Send it to random people. And... done. And that's it for tonight. Alright, let's see. Is there anyone to raid? Or should I just end stream? Alright, let's see. Is there anyone? Shut the fuck up, Twitch.
I don't see anyone online besides you. Do you?
Not anyone I would raid, but yeah. Alright. Anyone in chat, their last words, go ahead and say them now. While Jerry says their last words.
I guess my last words are, I feel like these content farms are slowly murdering me inside.
I'm gonna test something, and it might break the text-to-speech. It's not doing it. You bitch! Your channel has been referred because the text-to-speech contains spam.
So it won't do anything it considers spam.
Damn it! I was gonna make it try to say AH, 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 AH. Over and over. Anyways, Daydreams. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you guys next time for your next mission. And, poopy dog anus.